defensive just machine, but this offense was just as great a season ago, and a lot of it had to do with Monken. So now he comes over to the National Football League, where he's going to get Lamar Jackson in what Jackson is, you would think, is hoping for not a breakout year, but we'll call it a bounce-back year.
Yeah.
After Lamar Jackson, the last few, has not been to the level as we know he could play, considering that he won an MVP. So what are you expecting from Baltimore's offense? Because I think you have questions about what this offense is going to look like. He has run Monken a bunch of different types of offenses. He was there in Cleveland when he had Nick Chubb. If you look at the offense that Georgia ran, although they racked up a lot of yards, a lot of 12 personnel, which is something that you can run here if you're the Baltimore Ravens. So what do you expect as we head into a new year with a new offensive coordinator and a quarterback like Lamar Jackson, who is looking to kind of bounce back after some, we'll call them somewhat down years, but for the most part last year, he was solid when he was healthy, we'll call it.
Yeah.
But the passing numbers as the season went along did kind of wane a bit.
Yeah, I think, first of all, I want to bring over, obviously, the Monken conversation. And then I was just talking with Matt, too, about the Rashad Bateman situation, because I even missed some of the comments that came out yesterday with Bateman and him not showing up to camp and stuff. And that, look, I think that's a major red flag for what this offense was going to potentially be this year, because on paper, I think you can make the argument this could be the best set of wide receiver tight end weapons that Lamar Jackson's ever had to work with. So you get that. You get Monken in, who I think is going to make this offense better. I do think he's going to. I think there are some people that are launching too far into, you're trying to sell Lamar Jackson on him not having to run the ball as much. He's not going to get hurt. They're not going to remove the best weapon that they have out of their game plan entirely. Are you going to see more pass packages? Yeah, I think so. I think you will, but I also think part of that reason is because of what the additions that you've made to the depth chart here. So I'm really high on what this Baltimore Ravens offense can be. I think the defense, I might have some question marks on it. You still got one of the best head coaches in the league. I think Lamar Jackson bounces back strong. Odell Beckham Jr., I know that, you have two big questions with Bateman and Beckham Jr. I'm also not the guy that's going to sit here and say you expect to see Odell that we saw from 4 years ago. If anything, the way that you're kind of seeing the depth chart lined up right now, it's him and Bateman kind of 1-2 at the top, Zay Flowers 3. I wouldn't be surprised if that gets shaken up big time throughout the season, depending on how these guys play. If Bateman shows up here at the beginning of the year, who knows? I do think Zay Flowers is going to be something special, though, and at least give Lamar Jackson another offensive weapon and Monken another weapon to mix up how they do things on offense. And it's not just Mark Andrews looking for the ball every time they go into a passing situation.
Yeah, I think you're hitting on, which is your Odell Beckham Jr. is a complementary piece.
Yes.
And at the very least, to your point, this is the deepest, I think, wide receiving core he's had in his time here, because that's what they did. They threw bodies at this. When you have Zay Flowers, when you have, of course, the pieces that you've already mentioned, if Bateman ends up showing up, when you have Mark Andrews, Duvernay, I think I was thinking Aguilar still on there too. So, when you're looking at just the overall depth for this wide receiver core, that's what makes this so much more improved and one of the better ones that he's had. And that's the question is, to make, since we're watching this UFC card, to make an MMA tie-in here. Ronda Rousey was at her best when she was using her judo and taking people to the ground and doing all those things really well. Then she knocked out Bethe Correia, and she thought, I can stand. I can do this.
Right.
And then, of course, when that happened, Holly Holm and Amanda Nunes tore her apart, and we know the rest is history.
Yeah.
You're hoping that's not the case here with the Ravens, which is, hey, don't go away from what got you here at this point, which is the running ability of Lamar Jackson tied into his, I would say, underrated aspect as a passer. So I think that those are the questions. Flipping over to them defensively before we get to the schedule, I'm glad you brought that up, because I think one of the underrated questions about what this Ravens team is this defensive line and how productive it's going to be. Because when you think of Baltimore, you think of defense, and I think a lot of people initially think well, what's the problem? What are you talking about? First off, from a pass rush perspective, I think you have real questions about what you're going to do. Your two highest graded pass rushers from a season ago played 23 and 91 total snaps last season. If you go down to the guys who actually played a high amount of snaps, none of them graded higher than a 67.9 from a pass rushing standpoint. And a lot of them had an overall defensive grade of under 70, and that run defense was not very good from a defensive line standpoint. And so if this defensive line continues to kind of struggle, if you're not going to be able to control the line of scrimmage, if you're not going to be as impactful as the pass rushers, while the secondary is okay, that's a pretty big weakness to have on this defense. And if this front line is going to get pushed around by opposing offensive lines, then this defense is going to start to have some real questions.
Yeah, I think there's, and look, we're going to talk Browns and Steelers here later in the show. I actually think there's more, me looking deeper into this division here, for the show today. I think there's more defensive concerns just division wide than I would have guessed a couple months ago. Even I think you could say that a little bit about. I mean, we'd already talked to the Bengals. That's kind of the one area you're concerned about there. For the Ravens, it's really the one area I'm concerned about. I think the offense will get figured out. I'm really not that concerned about it. I actually think Lamar Jackson's primed for a big season. But yes, I think the defense is a bit of concern. And then when we get to the Browns, I think there's some high and low points too on their defense too. So it really is interesting when you talk about a division that is so often known for its defense, especially when you talk Ravens, Steelers, Browns. Yep. It is pretty interesting. All three of those teams, could be in situations where they are playing with maybe not the greatest defenses here. Ravens, we're talking schedule. Look, none of these teams are going to have easy schedules this year. They're playing the toughest division in football, so they got 12 toughest. This is another one of those situations, though, where look at how you start. It's the 7th easiest schedule the first 6 weeks, 3rd toughest from November 1 on. So what do those first 6 weeks look like? You got the Texans at home, then you're at Cincinnati, Colts at home, at Browns. Those are two really important division games, obviously, in those first 4 weeks. 5 weeks at the Steelers, and then you got the Titans in London.
Realistically, even though that's you could be 2-3 by the time you go to London.
Absolutely, that's where I was going to point this out, because you can always do these by win total, but when you're talking about some of these teams that are down the middle in win total situations, or you get some high win totals and some low win totals mixed in there, yeah, you stumble at one point or the other. Yeah, you could be that 7th easiest could go looking real bad after.
And I always harp on this. Home field is not what it once was, so it's not really worth that much. But it is worth pointing out that in those first 6 weeks, those 3 divisional opponents you have all on the road.
All on the road.
At Cincinnati, at Cleveland, at Pittsburgh. So that's going to add to the difficulty of those schedules, and to have them sandwiched the way that they are. I mean, to look at it, I know people, I don't think in the NFL you have look-ahead spots. Some people might believe in those. But to sandwich a team like the Colts, for example, in between divisional games at Cincinnati and at Cleveland, the Indianapolis Colts, I think we'd agree, they're going to be at least, I think, an effective team. Yeah. And if they're going to be what I believe them to be, which is going to be a somewhat decent ATS team, that's a game that you're going to walk into after playing Cincinnati and looking ahead to Cleveland and being like, oh, holy smokes, we've kind of got a competent team on our hands here that we have to take care of before we go to Cleveland. So that's a trickier schedule than I think most would believe when you really look at it on the surface.
No, I agree. That's where I like to point these things out, because it might look like that easy on paper, right? But go really break that down, and who knows? And I'm with you. I mean, what if they win? They blow out the Bengals or blow out the Texans and somehow beat the Bengals. What's that spread at home against the Colts?
That's depending on what the Colts do, right? Yeah, it's going to be pretty strong. The Ravens are a highly power-rated team, and they're going to be if they continue to have success. So I think overall, whatever you're playing here, I think there's too much variance. I'll give the guys over at PFF, George Shahori, who I know we were going to try to have on. They were talking about this the other day on their podcast. PFF Forecast, very much worth looking at. But they brought up the fact of playing alt over and alt under for the Ravens. Both plus prices. Could be a wonky season.
I like a yes to make the playoffs. I think Ravens make it regardless in a tough AFC.
I think there's we'll talk about it. I don't want to let the rabbit out of the hat. All right, we'll come back. We have more on the National Football League, including some awards markets. Very much worth looking at.
Just announced the Taxpayer Relief Initiative. To take advantage of the new program, you need to call United Tax Fix right now. United Tax Fix will help you settle your tax bill for an amount you can afford, remove or reduce penalties, stop negative collection actions, and negotiate affordable monthly payments. Don't ignore your tax bill. Negotiate and resolve your tax debt now. And take advantage of the new Taxpayer Relief Initiative program. Even if you've been rejected or turned down in the past, you may qualify for a settlement under these new guidelines. Here's the bottom line. If you're struggling with your tax bill, you can't afford to wait. You need to call United Tax Fix right now. For a free phone consultation, call 800-762-2768. That's 800-762-2768. 800-762-2768.
Wake up call.
Super agent Drew Rosenhaus, while fishing with Tyreek Hill, decided to jump in the water and wrestle a shark.
Wrestle a shark?
Yeah, there was a shark on the line. They were releasing it, and Drew decided to jump into the water and mess with the dusky shark, which is a smaller shark,
right,
but still's got a lot of teeth.
I wouldn't wrestle a shark in the desert where it's dying from lack of water. You're in his territory.
That shark would eat you.
Remember that guy, the grizzly man that went into was in Alaska filming the bears? And he really thought that they were his friends. He really got to a point where he thought he could predict their behavior. And then one bear tore him to pieces.
The animal kingdom had no idea that Steve Irwin was their biggest champion on the planet.
That's right. They had no clue.
They had no clue. Stabbed him.
It's why they unfortunately had to shoot that gorilla.
Harambe.
Right? That's right, Harambe. I'm sorry. I forgot his name. Rest in peace, Harambe.
Wake Up Call with Tony D and Ron Culver. Weekday mornings from 9 to noon Eastern.
Sports Kings with Mean Gene.
I got an email yesterday, and they said, Mean Gene, we love your show. Sports Kings is all good, but you guys are not talking hockey, okay? And I replied back, okay, well, I don't know if you realize or not, but we are black. And we don't know a lot about hockey, okay? I'm sorry. We're trying our best. We get you some scores, but I'll be damned if we're going to sit up here and talk about something we don't know about.
Sports Kings, weekday afternoons from 4 to 6 Eastern.
If you're missing the Cash In with Jason Page, then you're missing this.
Not to get all geeky, but his
get geeky, please.
A lot of his underlying stats, like barrel rate and just average exit velocity, they all looked great last year. It was kind of there we go. All right. You were setting me up the entire time. I'm done.
Barrel rate. Can I do a little ASMR?
I mean, if you are going to start that OnlyFans, I think that could go well.
Balls in play.
Expected ERA.
Expected wins above replacement. That's great. Nothing turns me on more than batted balls in play.
Expected WOBA.
The Cash In, weeknights at 10 Eastern, 7 Pacific on Sports Map Radio.
Wake up call.
If you have a submarine with windows, it can't go that deep because the pressure is too great. You know, you could make a plexiglass thing thick enough to withstand the pressure. He says, but you can't seal it.
Oh, yeah, right.
And I was like, I don't know, man. Flex tape looks like it works pretty good.
Exactly. I sawed this boat in half, and I sealed it with Flex Seal. Look, Ma, I'm not sinking.
Wake Up Call with Tony D and Ron Culver. Weekday mornings from 9 to noon Eastern.
This is Brent Musburger, and you've got the best of both worlds. VSiN programming on the Sports Map Radio Network.
BetMGM, the king of sportsbooks, unleashing the spirit of Las Vegas with BetMGM rewards. Every time you make a wager at BetMGM, you can earn BetMGM rewards points that you can redeem for online bonus credits like bonus bets and bet insurance tokens. If you're planning a trip to Vegas, you can convert your BetMGM points into MGM rewards points that you can use towards dining, shows, and hotel rooms at over 20 MGM Resorts properties located on the Vegas Strip and nationwide. Sign up for BetMGM or log on today. Get an even bigger piece of the action. Eligibility restrictions apply. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. Visit BetMGM.com for terms. You got to be 21. New and existing customer offer. Promotion subject to qualification and eligibility requirements. Rewards are issued as non-withdrawable bonus bets. They expire in 7 days. Please gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER is the number if you have a problem. All right, a couple of things here. First off, some scoreboard updates, as it is a big weekend in Major League Baseball. A lot of different series that are going to carry some weight in different races, whether it be divisions or wild cards. So first up, Kelly, where do you want to go? Huh? Where do you want to go? Well, I've had my eyes everywhere.
Cardinals, Cubs. 5-5. That's what I last saw, I believe. 5-5. Cardinals, Cubs in the 6th inning. That's on our middle TV.
It's actually like the most boring game you could pick. I was really fired up to go to like any one of these things, and then you pick Cardinals.
All right, we go live odds real quick, though. -120 on the Cubs, -110 on the Cards over at DraftKings, 14.5.
Wait, -120, -110?
Yes, you heard that right. Yep. And then 14.5, you're live. Total, Dodgers 3-1 lead over the Rangers in the second. What have you seen so far, JV?
What did we talk about, right? Dave Dunning. Hey, man, every number would indicate that, Dunning's probably got some wonky stuff coming for him, maybe pitching over his skis. And sure enough, early on, the Dodgers, after falling down 1-0, have played at 3 to take a 3-1 lead. Now, they had a little bit of bad luck, and this is where you get these situations of baseball, because we saw some of these the last few days. If you watch a lot of baseball, you see this, where Miller actually went to field first base and got a throw to get a runner out and just completely dropped it. But ultimately, it looks like they're going to get out of this thing. Yep, so double play ends it. So Miller's going to get out 3-1. Dodgers up on top of the Rangers. So, look, it's the tricky part about it. With certain things like we talked about, for example, Grayson Rodriguez. Grayson Rodriguez has a lot of indicating numbers that would say, Kelly, hey, maybe he's due for some better luck. Dane Dunning had a lot of numbers that say, hey, maybe he's due for some worse luck because he's got some good stuff. Well, so early on, through 2 innings, Dunning's given up 3, and through 2 1/3, Grayson Rodriguez has not given up anything. So, baseball's a weird sport, man.
Yeah, and the Rangers, I just can't get into the uniforms. We were talking about during the
but we couldn't figure out the color scheme.
Yeah. Someone help us out at home if you are. Tweet at us, at me, JVT, at Kelly Bidlin. Is that, it looks like dark blue, but then the logo they're using looks like it's black. I'm very confused.
Yep. By the way, Kevin Gausman just gave up a solo bomb, so 1-0 Seattle.
Ooh.
Up on top here in a very, very important series after a dramatic win yesterday. That was low scoring, a 1-0 lead for Seattle, bottom of the third. What do you got? Updated anything?
Yeah, live odds there. Let's hit them. -210 on the Mariners, +170 on the Blue Jays, 6.5 your live total in the bottom of the third. Still no outs there.
There you go.
All right, let's keep on cruising. We got Orioles and Rays. That is scoreless, bottom of the third inning.
Yeah, Grayson Rodriguez, a little bit. This is what you're talking about, too, right, for Rodriguez with batting average on balls in play. So that's like an infield hit that Siri just legs out because the throw there, your defender is going a different direction, can't make the throw across his body, and, that's kind of bad because you only give up a chopper. By the way, back-to-back solo shots for Gausman to allow here. Wow. So the Mariners are up 2-0, it looks like right now, over Toronto. But, that's what you're talking about in terms of some bad luck there.
Yeah, right.
That's a tough place to place a ball for Rodriguez, and he's like, damn, come on, man. I'm doing what I can. They're not giving hard contact, but Siri still legs it out and gets to first.
Yeah, that guy looked fast, too.
I think say fat. Well, actually, so by the way, yesterday, that's a great example of fat guys. So have you seen Alejandro Kirk for the Toronto Blue Jays?
Yeah, he's one of my favorites.
So short, spotty dude, right.
Yeah.
So,
I like his short little T-Rex arms. That's my favorite part.
So I mentioned the double play that Eugenio Suarez had last night. It was brilliant. It was like it changed the game for Seattle. But part of the reason why he was able to induce the double play is because he tossed. It's a hard snag. He tosses it to second. They get the out, and then Alejandro Kirk's running as fast as he can, but he can't run that fast. So they get him out by a mile. It was such a great double play. But the only reason they make it, if it's anybody else of adequate speed, they're probably not getting that double. But because it's Alejandro Kirk, he can't get there.
Anybody not named Kirk or Vogelbach, and
right.
You're fine. Yeah.
By the way, bad beat on this kid. Home run ball right in the glove, and he drops it.
Oh no! Show the replay. Go back to it.
Yeah, they just showed it again. Is this a third? This cannot be a third solo bomb, can it?
Oh, this is back live. It is.
This is a third consecutive home run. Oh no! Okay, all right. I was like, "There's no way the replay." Okay. I was like, "There's no way." All right.
And why does there appear to be smoke?
I don't know, but Dane Dunning just gave up another homer here. So I think this is 4-1. Yep, 4-1.
Wow, yeah.
Dunning's getting smoked.
Was that Freeman?
A lot of action.
Yep, a lot of action. Well, it also, this is just one instance of it, but when I always say, hey, there's indications that there's a guy, it doesn't always hit, right?
Right.
But, this is a good indication that, hey, Dunning had a lot of indicators that said, hey, he's not really pitching that well. And then sure enough, here you go. That's why you like metrics, man. They paint a picture for you, and sure enough, Dodgers out there all over the Texas Rangers right now.
How much baseball live betting do you do?
Not a ton, to be honest with you. I like a lot of the pre-flop stuff because also, I will say, because I'm not comfortable reading the ebbs and flows of a game. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So unless you're really sitting down and okay, hey.
Please stand by for a special presentation of Western Reserve Radio at westernreserveradio.com on the Live 365 network and the Live 365 app.
From Stefanski Stadium in Cleveland, Ohio, Western Reserve Radio presents Tri-Point Football League action this afternoon. The Cleveland Cobras are on the road to take on the Cleveland Rams. The Cobras are 4-2. The Rams come in a perfect 6-0. We are at home of the Collinwood Ironmen. Mark Means, Dave Clark, Dave Ferris on the controls, and got a big rivalry for this afternoon, Dave.
Oh yeah, I love these type of games here. We're going to see a lot of clashing going on in this, and this is a big game, and you can feel that atmosphere already before the game time.
The Rams come into this game at 6-0 with 1 week left in the season.
Yep.
And they are averaging 37.3 points per game, giving up 9.3. They have put up 2 shutouts defensively. The Cobras, 14.3 points per game, giving up 9.7 points per game defensively. But the numbers don't always tell the story.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it all depends on the opponents you have played, what type of resistance those teams have put up against you. And but I believe today we're going to see a matchup. We see that they both have tough defenses, and I think that's going to be the deciding factor of this game.
And it's also a special day for head coach Adam Rogerson, who celebrates his birthday today. And what a better way to give your coach a happy birthday than to give him a big W.
Oh, yeah, especially against this team. We see a lot of the things been going on all week. Everybody's hyped up for it. So to get a win for him in this one, I think it'll be a great, great present for him on this day.
We are about 6 minutes away from kickoff. We'll step aside for a quick break. We'll come back, get you the Cobra starters, set up the uniforms, and preview the matchup next here on Western Reserve Radio.
Located in Applewood Estates in Boardman Township, the Applewood Swim and Tennis Club offers a pleasant family environment. Choose a membership that meets your needs and enjoy a relaxing venue that includes not only swimming for the family, but also youth activities such as competitive swimming, tennis, and more. Enjoy the friendly atmosphere all summer long with the staff and members of the Applewood Swim and Tennis Club. For more information, go to applewoodswimandtennis.com or call 330-953-2833.
During the fall and winter, grilling season never ends, and Gessler Propane is your local supplier that makes sure you get your hard-earned money's worth. Why go to gas exchanges to pay higher prices for tanks not filled to capacity? Gessler Propane makes sure you're prepared for year-round grilling with 100% filled tanks at a reasonable cost. See Bob Monday through Friday 10 to 4 and Saturday 9 to 3 at Gessler Propane, 702 Youngstown Poland Road, Struthers, or call 330-755-9119. Gessler Propane. They got gas.
Golf in the Mahoning Valley starts at Mill Creek Golf Course. Come out to the 36 beautiful hole design course by Donald Ross, and golf lessons are available by calling the team shop at 330-740-7112. Don't forget about family fun nights on Friday and Saturday evenings, a family of 4 with cart for only $25. Or visit the Wick Recreation Area and the lighted Par 3 course. Book your tee time today at 330-740-7112 or online at millcreekmetroparks.org.
Professional, fast, highly knowledgeable, easy to work with. These are real reviews by customers of Sandrock Concrete. For all your concrete block, brick, stone, stonework, and excavating needs, call Jerry Sandrock. For your free estimate at 330-506-0013. Sandrock Concrete is fully insured and ready to make your ideas a reality. Sandrock Concrete is a proud supporter and sponsor of Mahoning Valley High School football on Western Reserve Radio.
Catch sports talk around the clock in the Valley on the iMeda1 network, Western Reserve Radio, Western Reserve Radio 2, and City View Sportscast.
Just about 4 minutes away from kickoff here on Western Reserve Radio. This week's Tri-Point Football League game of the week between the Rams and the Cobras. Dave, you and I were talking about as the Rams came out of the locker room. Nice, easy, bright uniforms to read. White pants, white jerseys, red accents with the red numbers on the back. And not always are we taken into consideration when uniforms are designed, but those will be easy to see today.
Absolutely. I mean, you can see everything perfectly. And we have had some instances when we are not able to read the numbers. We won't have that problem today.
The Cobras in the primarily black with the green accent, also easy numbers to read. And working with owner Jesse Caldwell over the last couple of years, he has helped us along that process to make sure the numbers are easy to read because, I mean, let's be honest, there's not a lot of us that do this at the semi-pro level to need to be able to see the numbers, be able to communicate with the officials. So that's something we always try to do, let the officials know, hey, we are up here.
Yeah, absolutely. And I know the players and the organization feel good about that because now the players are being able to be recognized along with the coaches and the other execs from the team.
So both teams' captains are meeting at midfield here at Stefanski Stadium, home of the Collinwood Ironmen. Nice turf field, if you obviously can see it on the camera if you're watching on our Facebook Live feed. And it's got the alternating kind of green, darker green, lighter green setup here on this multi-purpose field.
Yeah, it is a very nice stadium. Perfect view from where we're at, and we shouldn't have any problems. And guess what? I am looking at the coin toss. I'm going to lead off this year by finally seeing one.
The Rams won the toss. They have deferred to the second half, so it will be the Cobra offense that will get on the field first to start this one off.
All right, maybe we could try to keep this streak going where we actually see it.
We will be with you next week for the final game of the regular season, July 20th. It's a 7 o'clock kickoff against the Canton Hurricanes at Walsh University Stout Field, and that will wrap up the regular season. What we know from a Cobra perspective, they need a win one of these last two games to lock themselves up a playoff spot.
Yeah, that's why it's definitely a big game. I'm sure the Canton team would love to spoil that next week. But they need to get this game and build their confidence towards that playoff run.
So as we get set for this one here this afternoon, we are just about ready to kick off. And we had some menacing clouds here a little while ago as we were getting set up. But all in all, it's going to be a nice afternoon this evening.
Yeah, I mean, definitely. It's absolutely warm, as we would say. We're just going to put it at that right now. But nice little side wind breeze coming through, so doesn't look like weather will be a factor. Field won't be a factor, and we should see the best of both teams.
Kerber's a little banged up last week. We didn't see a lot of Slap Thompson in the second half of that one, so we'll have to see as we get ready for this one and who is available, because when big games happen, guys are ready to go.
Yeah, and that's it. And they did the right thing in taking them out, not allowing any further injury to the situation or anything, and this way he could be ready for this big game today.
As we said, the Cobras offense averaging 14.3 points per game in their 6 contests. The Rams defense that'll be on the field first for them, averaging 9.3 per game, and they've put up 2 shutouts on the season.
Right, so we're going to see just what team. Not like I said, defense, as they always said, wins championships. Well, I think that's going to be a big, important thing today. Not the offense. We know we want to see that, but we want to see how these defenses hold up against a very good opponent on the opposite side.
So it looks like the Cobras will begin this afternoon's game going left to right as we are here at Stefanski Stadium getting ready for this one to get underway. And this week, next week, that's it in the regular season. Games are getting serious.
Well, yeah, absolutely. This is when it means things. So with this being a Cleveland rivalry type of game, there should be a lot of energy down on the field today.
And we know a lot of these guys, they all know each other.
Right, and that always brings in a lot of extra, as we say, a little trash talking, but that's part of the game that'll be out there. But when you know guys, you want to be able to really outperform guys. So that just brings up the intensity, and that's what we should see today.
Both of these teams coming off of what I would say comfortable victories last week, so we'll see how quick the intensity picks up between these two.
Yeah, I think that I really believe it's going to be something right off the bat where we'll see that they know, hey, we're playing a different type of opponent this week, and we have to be ready.
Looks like Golson is back deep to return this kick for the Cobras. And it's a Tyree Knight. Looks like 2 Tyree Knights, as we're a little further away from the field than normal with the really nice, all-purpose 8-lane track here. So we'll do our best with the numbers. We got the binoculars ready to go.
Yeah, just in case. But they're so clear as far as, like you said, with the uniforms. You can't see them from right now.
So the Rams set to kick the football away. See who's going to approach the football. They had a couple of guys around it.
Yeah, I was trying to pick that out, too. I'm thinking, who's that number 42 there?
So 42 is Byron Green. Looks like he will handle the kicking duties. And we are ready for the next to last week of the Tri-Point Football League. Little squib kick and a roll go out of bounds at the 34-yard line. So the kick out of bounds, Dave, gives the Cobras good field position to get this one underway.
Absolutely. Gives them a nice field position to get started and see what they can do against this Rams defense.
So who we see to start this game at the quarterback position for the Cobras. That looks like it will be Slap Thompson making his way to the huddle.
Yeah, I'm interested to see the Rams defense and what their setup is in regards to playing against that multi-purpose offense of the Cobras.
Cobras taking a little extra time in the huddle before they come to the line of scrimmage. So it is Thompson at the quarterback spot. 2 receivers to the right, 2 to the left side. Single running back in the backfield next to Thompson on first down and 10 from the 40-yard line. Thompson going to walk up under center, make a quick adjustment, now drops back into the pistol. Takes the snap on first down. He'll fake the handoff, pump fake, go underneath, pass cut across the 50, 45, across the 40-yard line, on his feet and driven down to the Ram 38-yard line. Coming up with that reception, that is Antonio Boyd, number 9, on the catch. And the Cobras want to go quick after that big completion.
Oh, yeah, and that was an excellent route. The pass was right there on the target, and he didn't make any extra moves. He got downfield and picked up a nice big gain there on the first down.
Again, twins to each side, single back in the backfield to the left side of Thompson on first and 10 from the 38. He'll pull it down, going to fire downfield, now pass through the receiver's hands and intercepted by the Rams at the 39-yard line.
Yeah, that's one of those they call unforced errors. That was a bad throw. It was a little bit too high, too quick, and just an errant throw that went right into the defender's hands.
So the interception after the big completion puts the ball just outside of the Ram 40-yard line, going right to left here in the opening quarter.
And the Cobras got to make sure that doesn't demoralize anything. They had a very good play on first down. Now they just got to get that defense to be ready and get the turnover and get that ball back.
So first and 10 for the Rams. 14-18 on the opening quarter clock. No score. So Dixon Jr. is the quarterback for the Rams. We'll send 1 receiver to the right, 2 to the left side, 2 backs in the backfield with Dixon Jr. He'll overlook that Cobra defense, take the snap, turn, reverse handoff to the ball carrier across the 45, bouncing off a tackle and out to about the 48-yard line is Julian Hunley, number 11, on the carry.
Yeah, nice little run. He's a little nifty over there to be able to get out of that tackle and get up there very close to a first down, probably just a couple yards short.
So he is going to check out, and we'll see a new number, Jawan Hunley, number 13, now in at a receiver spot. And it's just going to be make sure to get the right packages in here for the Rams. Second down, just a little more than 1. From the Ram 49-yard line. Same look, 1 receiver right, 2 to the left side, split backs in the backfield with the quarterback. Dixon has a high snap go through his hands, and they're just going to fall on the ball all the way back at the 35-yard line. And Another unforced error, this time by the Rams.
Yeah, and to notice it, both teams on their second play from the offensive side, they both have error. Only thing for the Rams, they were able to recover that. But both little nerves at the beginning of the game. That's what we see here.
So that loss backs them up all the way to the 35, brings up a 3rd down and long, a 3rd and just about 15 to go for the Rams.
He's got to be careful with the football in this play and trying to pick up this 1st down.
Rams will bring twins receivers out to each side. Single back is to the right side of the quarterback on 3rd down and 15. Cobras showing a little bit of pressure. Now they'll back it off. They'll be back to throw. Going to fire downfield. Has a receiver out there and forced to throw that ball a little early as the pressure came from the Cobra defense. Andy Code, 52, coming in there from his defensive line, forced the early throw.
Yeah, nice little twist on the defensive line to get Code outside from being inside where he lined up and had a direct shot at the quarterback and got there and made him forced to throw the ball a little early.
So after the turnover, the Cobra defense comes up big, forces the 3 and out, and will get the ball back.
Yeah, and that's what you have to do, and now regroup on offense and try to do what you need to do as far as the offensive side of the ball.
Rams running on a couple of people right before the snap of the football as the punter drops back inside his 25-yard line. Single returner for the Cobras back at his 25. Cobras loading up. They're coming after him. Get the snap away. Get the kick away. Wobbly end over end. Going to be fielded on a hop and then thrown down back inside the 30. We're going to say down at the 25-yard line as picking up that last-second hop was Daryl Golson, number 20, and risky. Real
risky. To be able to take that in traffic and the guy was right there, that could have been a disaster, but luckily he was able to reel in that ball, and he's tackled right there. But that could have been a disaster, Mark, on that play.
So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Cobras at their 25-yard line. 11:39 to go in this opening quarter. Clock stopped on the change of possession. We are scoreless. And I would order up this weather for the entire high school football season if I could.
Yes, indeed.
2 receivers go to each side of the formation. Single running back in the backfield with Thompson. Thompson one hands the snap. He'll hand it off to the running back right up the middle, and he is chopped down after a short gain. Not a lot of running room available there for the Cobras. It'll bring up a 2nd down and just about 8 to go.
Nice reaction by the linebacker there. Looked like he had a little opening, little crease to get something going, but he closed that up very quickly.
So it's 2nd down and 8. We approach 11 minutes to play here in the opening quarter. Same look for the Cobras. Running back moves to the left side of the formation. Thompson takes the snap, stands in the pocket, feeling pressure. He's going to be sacked back near the 20-yard line. As coming up there defensively for the Rams, they were able to kind of contain him in the pocket and throw him down for a big loss.
Yeah, it looked like he wanted to get rid of the ball quick. They had a couple of quick routes on that, but very good coverage in the Rams secondary where they could not find anybody open. And you could see some of the mobility. The slap was not there. He can't get away from the rush, so that's where you see that sack happen.
So this will bring up 3rd down, and we'll call it closer to 14 than 15 with the ball resting right on the 20-yard line. Cobra's going to send 2 receivers to the right, split 2 to the left side. Thompson on 3rd down and 15 as we approach the 10-minute mark. Takes the snap, pump fake, steps up in the pocket, looking to run downfield, eyes downfield, fires downfield, pass caught across the 30, and pulled out at the 35-yard line.
Very, very close on that play. May have made it.
It's Matthew Wise on the reception, and we'll wait for the indication. And they're going to say 1st down, so he got just enough to move the chains. Nice anticipation for Thompson to keep that play alive and find his man open.
Yeah, and like I said, the straight-on speed might not be there for mobility. He was able to use his footwork and get out of the way, harm's way, and be able to complete that pass.
So first down and 10 for the Cobras from their 35-yard line. 9:20 to play, opening quarter, no score. They stack 2 receivers to the right, split 2 receivers to the left side. Thompson and his running back. Play fake. Thompson to throw. Has time. Running around in the pocket. Going to go underneath. Pass caught at the 40. After he came back to the football and made the reception. That's Eddie Edwards' first catch of the game.
Yeah, way to come back to the ball. He's a little further downfield. And when he seen his quarterback was under duress, he was able to come back and make that reception.
It's a gain of just about 4. Second down and 6 for the Cobras. He'll come to the line of scrimmage. Seen him in this formation the majority of this opening quarter. This time they'll split 2 to the right and 2 to the left. Send a slot man in motion behind the line of scrimmage. Thompson going to run the option that way. Going to pitch it to him. He is hammered down right at the line of scrimmage as one of the defenders for the Rams came up and made a nice open field tackle.
Yes, he did, and reacted to it. Didn't really like that play myself. It was a little, as we said earlier, something being risky. I think so on that one.
And David Lewis there to make the stop and a flag on the play as well.
Let's see what we got here. Preliminary indications against the offense, but I'm not sure what they're calling. Let's see. Looks like it's a hold mark.
Yeah, that was the initial indication that it was a hold. So the Rams have elected to accept the penalty, and they'll back the football up 5 yards. And once again, we'll put the Cobras in a 3rd down and long situation.
Yeah, absolutely there. Got about 15, 16 yards now away from first down.
7:55, clock rolling, opening quarter. Split 2 to the right, 2 to the left. Thompson alone in the backfield as now they go 3 to the left side. Thompson, hard count, got him to jump. Has a free play, going to take a shot downfield. And that ball knocked away and incomplete.
Yeah, smart thing to do when you were able to draw that man off sides. You go ahead and throw the ball down the field, see what happens. You already got that offsides call.
Today's game brought to you by Smoky Seafood and Barbecue. Sexy, sophisticated, and savory. 216-623-1506 and naturally nourished with an advanced esthetician. 330-937-8399. We thank them and all of the Cobra sponsors for being on board for this season. So, to bring up second down. Which means we're going to replay 3rd down after the penalty. So 3rd down and just about 12 to go. Again, 2 receivers to the right, 3 to the left side. Thompson alone on the backfield, takes the snap, steps up in the pocket, avoids the rush. Stepped into the back of one of his linemen, and he'll go down inside the 30-yard line. It's not enough time to keep his eyes downfield, and then bumped into one of the offensive linemen and went down.
Yeah, absolutely. You can give that a coverage stack on the defense. Nothing and no one open. And so far, they have been doing a pretty good job of coverage out there. They gave up the one slant earlier, but other than that, they have been very good on their coverages.
Now you look at the numbers, and this tells you this game should be low scoring, with both teams giving up less than 10 points per game.
Yeah, and that's what I looked at. Is let's see what the defenses are all about, because I think that's going to be the key.
Cobra's going to have 4 receivers to the right, 1 to the left side. Thompson in the backfield, and again, movement up front.
Yeah, it looked like on the offense this time. Yep, legal procedure.
So that'll cost them 5. And this will bring up a 3rd down and very long now for the Cobras.
Yeah, we got a country mile to go now to get a first down. So see what they got in their bags to try to pick this first down up.
Third down, close to 20 for the Cobras. They break the huddle, come to the line of scrimmage again. 4 receivers split out to the right side. 1 to the left side. Thompson alone in the backfield. Thompson takes the snap, sets up the tunnel screen, and the ball was a little low and underthrown and incomplete. This will bring up a 4th down and long.
Yeah, and the defense reacted very good on that play. I don't think that would have picked up too much. They had some guys out there to block, but they reacted so well. They had a lot of the running lanes jammed, so I don't think that would have picked up much at all.
Today's game also brought to you by Gibson Elite Athletics, Cleveland Elite Athletic Training. Go to GibsonEliteAthletics.com. And Erica Marie Financials, LLC. Call them at 330-785-5432 or go to ericaMarieFinancials.com. So on 4th down, Ben Lyons, who had a monster game for the Cobras last week with 3 40-plus yard field goals.
Yeah, he showed us some accuracy and a leg.
Cobras having a little trouble getting lined up. Back judge raises his hand, play clock running down. Lyons takes the snap. A little bit of rush, gets the kick away off the side of his foot that will roll and go out of bounds at the 49-yard line in Rams territory. So a very short field for the Cleveland Rams with 4:08 to play in this scoreless game.
Yeah, now they get the opportunity to have great field position to start off right at midfield. Look like they're going to put that down right at the 50. And, hey, you couldn't ask for a better starting place for your offense.
You cut the field in half as they will start with the ball resting just at the Rams side of the 50-yard line. So it'll be Dixon Jr. wearing 14, again at the quarterback spot. They started with 2 receivers to the right. Now they'll move him to the left side. So 1 to the right, 2 to the left. 2 backs in the backfield with Dixon Jr., the quarterback. He'll take the snap, turn, pivot, hand the ball off, and his running back is tripped up and able to fall forward for a couple of yards. As coming up there defensively to make the nice stop for the Cobras. Looks like the linebacker, Dontrell Nowling, who was able to get penetration to make the play.
Yeah, and if I know he slipped a little bit on that play. He's able to really reel him at first. It might have been a loss on that play, but the reaction was great on defense there.
Gain of 3, 2nd down and 7. 3.5 minutes to play in the scoreless opening quarter.
And it seemed like both teams are trying to find a way to get something going. Both defenses are playing well right now.
1 receiver to the right, 2 to the left side. Running backs to the right and left of Dixon, the quarterback. Takes the high snap, looks to throw downfield. Pass caught across the 45 to the 40, and then thrown down near the 39-yard line. Close to a 1st down.
Yep, you got it.
It's Julian Hunley, the wide receiver, on the 1st down reception.
Yeah, nice little play, get him out there in space. They gave him a lot of cushion on that play, so once he was able to catch it, get a block, he was able to pick up that 1st down.
1st and 10 at the Cobra 39-yard line. Rams set up on the left hash side of the field. Dixon Sr. takes the snap, reverses the handoff to his ball carrier. That's Jawan Hunley. And not a lot of running room there. Might have got about a half yard on that carry as that big, strong defensive front there to lead the way.
Yeah, they're actually there, and it doesn't look like he got anything. Now 2nd and 10, so very good reaction again on the defense. They're there, filling those running lanes, and wasn't able to pick up much at all.
So 2nd down and 10 from the Cobra 39-yard line. 2 receivers this time go to the right, 1 to the left side. 2 running backs in the backfield with Dwayne Dixon Sr., the quarterback. Takes the snap, flag flies. He'll hand the ball off to his tailback, who's able to spin his way outside, get a first down across the 30.
Yep.
Down near the 25-yard line, excuse me, but we'll have to sort out the penalty.
Yeah, I think somebody was in the neutral zone right before the snap of the play. So I think that's against the Cobras.
So Jawan Hunley's rush picks up a first down. And the ball will be spotted at about the 24-yard line of the Cobras as we approach a minute to play in this opening quarter.
Yeah, I liked his reaction, Huntley, as far as getting the ball. Get it and get to the hole and make something happen, and that's exactly what he did.
So 1st and 10 for the Rams from the Cobra 24-yard line. One right, two to the left. Two backs in the backfield with the quarterback. Turn and again feed the running back right up the middle. And he's able to get a short gain before running into the arms of a Cobra defender. That's Bobby Eccles from the defensive line who wrapped him up and pulled him down right at the line of scrimmage.
Oh, yeah, they reacted quickly on it. It looked like but he hits the hole quickly. But that time they were there, and he couldn't get too much of anything. And the way they spotted it, it looked like it's 10 yards to go again. So it looked like he got absolutely nothing near the end of that quarter.
So we will come to the end of the opening quarter, and after one, we are where we started. It is the Rams 0, the Cobras 0. We're back for the second quarter after this here on Western Reserve Radio.
During the fall and winter, grilling season never ends, and Gessler Propane is your local supplier that makes sure you get your hard-earned money's worth. Why go to gas exchanges to pay higher prices for tanks not filled to capacity? Gessler Propane makes sure you're prepared for year-round grilling with 100% filled tanks at a reasonable cost. See Bob Monday through Friday, 10 to 4, and Saturday, 9 to 3 at Gessler Propane, 702 Youngstown Poland Road, Struthers, or call 330-755-9119. Gessler Propane. They got gas.
Malutic Live is your home for high school sports. We have all the scores on our social media platforms throughout the games. Enjoy our timely updates from local area schools year-round. You won't get the consistency and reliability from anyone else. Our number one priority is servicing our fans and getting them live news as it's happening. Follow us on social media, Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at Malutic_live. And remember, our fans come first.
Yo, what's going on, guys? This is Tyree Knight, number 2 of the Cleveland Cobras, and you're listening to the Tri-Point Football League on Western Reserve Radio and the iMeda1 Network. Go Cobras!
Scoreless as we begin quarter number 2 here on Western Reserve Radio. The Rams knocking at the door, Dave, with the ball at the 24-yard line of the Cobras.
Yeah, they absolutely are knocking at the door. Very good play on defense on that first play by the Cobras to be able to stop them for no gain.
Second and just about 14 as the Rams now will go left to right here in quarter number 2. Split 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right side, offset running backs in the backfield with the quarterback, Dwayne Dixon Sr. Off the play action, going to throw downfield, pass caught inside the 10-yard line, inside the 5 and into the end zone. They're going to say yes, touchdown for the Rams as he got the foot inside the pylon before being pushed out of bounds.
Yeah, excellent move when he got the ball. That ball dropped right in between the defenders, and then it was all on him of making people miss and be able to get into the corner end zone and score that touchdown.
That's a Julian Hunley on the reception from 24 yards out.
Big play by the Rams. I'm telling you, those things are important when you got two very good defenses. If you can get a score, especially 7, you know, that makes things tough on the opposite opponent.
To see what the Rams decide to do here as they're huddled up at the 10-yard line. They're going to go for 2. So we'll have 2 backs in the backfield. That's Julian Hunley and a Byron Green, the 2 running backs.
Yeah, it looks like they're looking for a quick slant here.
Dwayne Dixon Sr. is the quarterback. Takes the snap, two-step drop, goes into the end zone, pass deflected and incomplete as the two-point attempt is no good. 14:50 to play in the first half. The Rams are on the board first. They take a 6-0 lead. We're back after a quick break here on Western Reserve Radio.
Miss an episode of By All Means, and you could miss a lot.
I have the sound up, and I appreciate the guys that do the work now. But it is with great appreciation I see what the guys do, not only the announcers, but also the players. So we've had wonderful playoffs. I mean, single, double, triple overtime games. It's been fantastic.
By All Means, Tuesdays at 5, right here on Western Reserve Radio and streaming live on westernreserveradio.com.
Youngstown, Warren, and Salem's local and national sports talk can be found on TuneIn and the Live 365 app at Western Reserve Radio. WRDB, The Scourge.
Rams able to take advantage of the short field. They turned it into a touchdown and take a 6-0 lead, and now we see how the Cobras respond offensively.
Yeah, and that's the thing. We definitely want to see how they respond. You know, as we said, adversity hits. You're playing a tougher opponent. Now, the burden starts on that offense. And they just should keep what they were doing. They were doing pretty good in some of their offensive plays. Continue with that game plan.
So set to kick the football away. That looks like 42. Byron Green, who will handle the kicking duties. Twin returners back deep at the 20 for the Cobras. Green gets a foot into it, straight on kick. Runs up on it at the 20-yard line. Steps past one defender as the flag flies. And he's pulled down across the 20 to about the 22-yard line. And I'm thinking we might have a block in the back here.
Yeah, I'm sure that's what happened on that play there. You know, I was really unsure if he should even receive that. I would have played it a little closer. It looked like it was close to the sidelines, that he might have allowed that ball to get out of bounds and had great field position.
So we'll sort out the penalty, and you're looking towards the sidelines to see what they're going to do.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to accept it. I think they just want to make sure where they mark it off at.
So the penalty is going to take the football to the 15-yard line, and that's where the Cobras will start, first down and 10.
Yeah, now they definitely got to be, if they're going to put the ball in the air, you got to be careful with it down in this proximity. Got to get some people out there that's in space and are open. You got a single coverage here on the left side.
Looks like Juwan Carlisle now in at the tailback spot, trips to the right, single receiver to the left side. High snap, Thompson pulls it down, gives it to Carlisle. He's going to be bottled up in the backfield. You're going to lose a couple yards at the end of the play.
Yeah, that was a very, very dangerous handoff because as he handed off, they were making the tackle.
So the Cobras will lose a couple on that carry. Close to 3 yards, bring up a second down and 13. 14-15 to play in our first half. 6-0 Rams over the Cobras.
Yeah, the Rams defense got a lot of penetration on that play, and they were actually, like I said, right there as he did give off the handoff.
Seagulls have stopped by to visit.
Yeah, well, as long as they just keep whatever they have outside these windows, we're great.
Second down and long for the Cobras. Thompson takes the snap, fakes the handoff. Being pressured, he's going to be sacked back to the 5-yard line. Thompson had no time to throw the football. His eyes went downfield, and there were two red and white jerseys right there.
Right there. I mean, they're there. They're actually, at the snap of the ball, sending two guys from the outside and putting that extra pressure on him to be able to make these reads quickly. And if that first one's not there, he's in bad shape at that time, and that's what they're doing now.
So the ball is all the way back to the 5-yard line, which is going to bring up third down and long. And that's what we've seen the Cobras offense face in this first half, a lot of third and longs in front of them.
Yeah, that's the thing, especially these last couple of series with the football, they have had third and long, and that's been a tough situation for them.
One receiver to the right, two to the left side. Single back standing in the end zone with Thompson. Little movement up front that looks like contact was made, so they'll blow that play dead. So that'll cost the Rams 5 yards, and it'll still be a third down and long in front of the Cobras. Ball out to the 10-yard line. Single receiver to the right, two to the left side. Thompson points out the potential blitzing linebacker. Takes the snap, drops back to throw near the goal line. Again, he'll be pressured, going to roll out to the outside. He'll run before getting knocked out of bounds. It'll bring up fourth down and long, as the offensive line has had some struggles here in the first half.
Yeah, they sure have, and you combine that with the Rams' secondary play. It's really been just covering up everything, and when he has nobody open, he has to run around and try to find some areas to get a receiver open. That's not been happening, so they're going to have to work on something as far as that offensive line, and also blitz pickup. Very important.
So it is fourth down and long. The Lions will punt from just outside of his own goal line. Single returner back at the 47-yard line for the Rams. Good snap. Lions has that ball go off the side of his foot, touched by one of the Rams, who picks it up across the 30, 25, and dives down near the 20-yard line. See, that was Trey Houdini, a wide receiver wearing number 7, who was on the heads-up play to pick up the football and get what he could.
Yeah, and he picked up some nice yards there to get them down in very good scoring position, actually on the cusp of the red zone.
So the ball resting just at the 20-yard line with 11 minutes to play here in the first half, and the Rams holding a 6-0 lead over the Cobras.
And, Lions rushed that punt, and he really had more time than he may have thought he had. He could have took his time on that.
Two running backs in the backfield with Dixon Sr., the quarterback. Only one receiver in this formation to the right side. Dixon takes the snap, hands it off to his running back, who is able to push his way to about the 18-yard line before being knocked down. That's Jawan Hunley, number 13, on the carry.
Yeah,
got Jawan and Julian, 11 and 13.
Yeah. And I tell you, I like how he hits the hole, but defensive line reacted quickly and, stopped that for only a 2-yard gain. But this here is a very important drive for the Cobras defense to be able to hold them out of this end zone.
So it is second down and 8. Same look for the Rams. Two running backs in the backfield. Reverse handoff again. This time it is Julian Hunley, the tailback. And they'll push the pile down to about the 12-yard line, so it'll be third down and a little more than 2 to go.
Yeah, and again, running the ball with some authority. And then I'm loving the offensive lineman, number 72, using great pulling motion to pull his running back forward for a couple more yards.
So call it third down and 2. John Priscilla, a wide receiver wearing number 21, will check in. Now there's indication to wind the clock.
Here it is. It's back moving now.
Single receiver to the right side. Two running backs in the backfield with the quarterback, Dixon Sr. Fakes the handoff, rolls out, going to look downfield, and that pass almost intercepted in the end zone. It was thrown low and away from his intended receiver, and almost looked like the Cobras were the intended receiver on that throw.
Yeah, that pass was behind him, and the Cobras defender was almost able to pick that off. That's important there. I don't know. I'm trying to look if they got a kicker, but they probably may go for it again. Big play here. As I said earlier, you want to keep them from having the opportunity to get in the end zone once again.
So 4th down, they will keep the offense on the field. Running backs to the right and left of the quarterback, Dixon Sr. Takes the snap, turns the ball over. Going to look downfield and just throws this one away and incomplete. And that brings up the big stop the Cobras defense was looking for.
Yeah, that's what they needed to do, to be able to stop them and not allow them to get into the end zone and get the ball on turnover, which is on that 4th down, forcing the incompletion, and now be able to take over on offense.
So the Cobras have the football back deep in their own territory with 9:50 to play here in the half and a 6-0 lead for the Rams. We knew coming into this game both defenses were amongst the leaders in the league in a lot of categories, especially points against.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, the Cobras got to be able to do something here on offense. We have seen that they have been bogged down offensively in the last couple of series, so this is a big series also on offense for them.
So 1st and 10 for the Cobras, going right to left here in this second quarter. 2 receivers to the right. Now a slot man goes in motion. Thompson gives the ball on the handoff, and the ball carrier stood up right at the line and falls forward for a very short gain.
Yeah, that's number 48 for the Rams. I'm looking at the defense. That's about the 3rd time Antoine Ford, who's reacting real well on defense and being able to make those tackles right in the hole.
That's T.J. Johnson getting his first carry of the game. Now in there at the running back spot. We saw him play some quarterback in relief last week.
Yeah, we sure did.
Twins to each side of the formation. Thompson and Johnson in the backfield. 2nd down and 9. Thompson keeps it, fires downfield. Had a man out there and just a little too far out in front of Eddie Edwards, but there's a flag in the backfield.
Yeah, it looked like it's holding. Preliminary call is a holding. Now, these are the kinds of penalties that drive a coach crazy because it's all mental. You know, you got to get all your techniques and everything together so you would not do this. And they're having a lot of breakdowns mentally in these last couple series.
So the penalty has been declined as they will take the down rather than the penalty.
Yeah, well, you know, and it's a tough call. But when you see that you got an offense that's not being able to do something, then you want to go ahead and keep the pressure on them.
So 3rd down and 9. Four receivers go to the right, 1 to the left side. Thompson to throw, and the pass juggled and dropped at the 25-yard line as it falls incomplete.
And that pass was right on target. You couldn't ask for a better pass. It was hit right there in the bread basket, as they would say. And all he had to do is make that catch, and he had the 1st down.
So we wind the clock and get back to action as we will have the Cobras Ben Lyons come on to punt the football away. And you mentioned it. They showed a lot of pressure. Mm-hmm. Ben had a lot more time than I think he anticipated having.
Absolutely. On that last punt, he had time, but he rushed himself and got off a very poor punt.
It's not going to be Lyons back there to punt.
No. And his last couple punts have not been indicative of what he can do with that leg. So maybe things is just not correct, and they're getting somebody else in there.
So we've got a different punter in there for the Cobras. We'll try and get you a number. Single returner back at about the 44-yard line.
Oh, yeah.
Straight high, booming kick. It's going to be caught at the 45-yard line. Now across the 45-40, 35-30, across the 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown Rams.
What
he brought that
punt
back
return.
55 yards to the house for the touchdown.
Yeah, great punt return and a great block. I couldn't catch the number, but a great block down there on about the 25-yard line where they did have a chance of making that tackle, and he was able to break through and take it all the way to the house.
So the punt return touchdown, and the rare punt return touchdown where saw no laundry on the field.
Yeah, and I was looking for it. I didn't see anything. And the thing about it, we're talking about they need to get a good punt, and what a good punt it was. Very high to give you time for your kick coverage to get down there, but he just did some great maneuvering in taking that ball to the house.
So the lead now is 12-0 in favor of the Rams with 7:44 to play here in our first half.
Yeah, and I was looking to see who the punter was. Defensive lineman there, number 99, is actually who punted the ball on that play. It looked like Harlan Page, who came in and punted on that last play.
So the Rams will line up again and go for two with twins to each side, running back to the right. Takes the snap, fires the pass out, caught, and then dislodged on a big hit from the Cobras defense. That's Carlos Alexander, number 15, who jarred the man from the football.
Yeah, and that's what you want. you want to make sure that you dislodge the football. I used to love to hear my coach say, dislodge it. And that's exactly what he did when he got a grasp of it.
So the two-point conversion is no good. 7:44 to play in the half. It is the Rams 12, the Cobras 0. Right back after this quick break on Western Reserve Radio.
Golf in the Mahoning Valley starts at Mill Creek Golf Course. Come out to the 36 beautiful hole design course by Donald Ross, and golf lessons are available by calling the team shop at 330-740-7112. Don't forget about family fun nights on Friday and Saturday evenings, a family of 4 with cart for only $25. Or visit the Wick Recreation Area and the lighted par 3 course. Book your tee time today at 330-740-7112 or online at millcreekmetroparks.org.
$7:44 to play in the half. 12-0 Rams over the Cobras. And the offensive struggles of the Cobras has come from them being forced to be in long fields. And that starts right here on the return game.
Yeah, absolutely. They're going to have to get something going, Mark, because that's what they've done. They've been 3rd and 10, 3rd and 13. We done seen all of that, and it puts too much pressure on that offensive team to be able to move the ball. So they're going to have to get something together in this series coming up.
Two returners back at the 15-yard line for the Cobras. Byron Green set to kick the football away. So the Rams brought on another player. Thought they already had 11.
Yeah, something with, but that's 11 out there now.
Off the side of the foot. Fielded on a hop at the 45-yard line. Excuse me, the 35-yard line, looking for a block. And knocked down right at the 36-yard line. And that is where the Cobras will start with 7:36 to play in the half.
Yeah, and that's the way you don't want to return a kick laterally. It's best. So you got a short kickoff, just get upfield. Get upfield as much as you can and, put your offense in a good offensive position.
So they will put the football down right at the 35-yard line for the Cobras. with a 1st and down and 10 in front of them.
Yeah, very interesting spot there as far as the ball at 35. But a couple yards back further than I thought it would be.
That would go for both of us.
Mm-hmm.
So 2 receivers go to each side of the formation. Thompson at the quarterback spot. Johnson is the running back. Lines up to the left of Thompson. Thompson takes the snap, steps up in the pocket, pump fake, looks to run, lowers the shoulder across the 40, and got down to the 41-yard line. He'll pick up about 6 yards. It's 2nd down and 4.
Yeah, nice little pickup. He's been able to get out of there using his feet. You know, like we said, he's a little hobbled to be able to have front line speed, but to be able to move laterally, he's been able to get out of there. And just like on that play, that was a nice pickup of 6 yards.
2nd down. Long 4 to go. Twins to each side. Thompson and Johnson remain in the backfield. Thompson takes the snap. 1-step drop. Fires downfield. Pass caught across the 50 and into Rams territory at their 48-yard line. On the catch. And it's D'Angelo Thompson, number 6, the wide receiver.
Yeah, he put that again right in the breadbasket. One thing I would be a little concerning with my receivers is don't allow the ball to get to your body. Catch it with your hands and not with the body.
Thompson to throw again. Right down the seam. Had a man that went off his hands and incomplete. And then off the hands of one of the Rams defenders.
Yeah, hey, you can't say anything about slap there. That ball was a rocket, but it was right on target. And when you're playing receiver, that's what they want you to do, to snag the ball, and they're not being able to pull those balls in.
So the incompletion brings up a 2nd down and 10 from the Ram 48-yard line. 2 receivers going to go to each side of the formation, with Taylor right side in the slot. Thompson takes the snap. Looking downfield, going to run it again, and then he hits a wall right at the line of scrimmage before being driven down. And that wall was Ford again who made the play.
I'm telling you, that's about the 4th play Ford has made, and he's been around the ball all day long. He has been playing very well today.
It's Antwain Ford, number 48, on the stop.
Yeah, we done said his name a few times, and he's all over the field.
So it brings up 3rd down and long for the Cobras. 2 receivers go to each side of the formation. Thompson calling out the protection. Takes the snap, a little quick pass. Receiver makes the catch at a nice open field tackle. That's 21. That's David Lewis who made the stop on the Cobra receiver, D'Angelo Thompson. And it'll bring up a 4th down.
Yeah. Well, it looks like the punt team is coming on. He needs another punt like he had the last one. That's just breakdown on the coverage. Couldn't say anything about his punt. Very high, perfect for your return, as far as your coverage team to get there. But he's going to have to do a better job.
So that looks like that is, again, Harlan Page, 99, back to punt. One returner back at about his 17-yard line for the Rams. Cobras getting an extra man off the field. The Seagulls are starting to multiply. Page takes a good snap, gets the kick away. High and over end. This time the Rams will back away from it. And this football will roll to about the 13-yard line.
Yeah, very good punt there. High. Did not try to receive the punt. So it was perfect with what he did.
And it's it's a one-step punt.
Yeah.
It's one step and punish the football.
Yeah, and he's done well on both of them. And make you wonder why he hadn't been in there. I would just keep Lyons as he's a great field goal kicker. I keep him at that. And this guy would have been already in. Page would have been already in as my punter.
4:03 to play in the half. A 12-0 lead for the Rams over the Cobras. Rams will start with the football at about the 13-yard line. Two receivers to each side of the formation. Dwayne Dixon Sr. is the quarterback. He's looking to throw on first down. Hit as he throws. Pass caught to his check down, who makes his way all the way out to the 25-yard line, and that'll be a first down for the Rams.
Yeah, nice 12-yard pickup. And Dix did a great job because the rusher's right in his face, and he kept his eyes downfield, found his receiver, and was able to pick up a nice gain on that play.
So 1st and 10 for the Rams out to the 25-yard line. Clock rolling at 3.5 minutes to play here in the first half. Rams break the huddle, come to the line of scrimmage. We'll have trips to the right, single receiver with single coverage to the left side. One running back in the backfield with Dixon Sr., who's back to throw. Time, steps up in the pocket, eyes downfield, slings it downfield, pass caught across the 30 and thrown down near the 33-yard line. It's Isaiah Holt, number 1 on the reception.
Yeah, the defender thought he might have had a bead on the ball to be able to make an interception. Was a little late getting there, and that ball was received.
So gain of 9, 2nd down and 1. Two and a half minutes to play here in the first half. Again, 3 receivers to the short side formation to the right side. 1 man to the wide side with single coverage, no safety help to the outside. Back to throw. Pressure, going to look that way for where the single coverage was, and the man makes a great catch over the shoulder and goes out of bounds in the Cobras territory. They saw the one-on-one matchup with no help, and they went right after it.
Went right after it. Now that defensive back is out of the game. He's on the side, went right to the outside. But I tell you, he was beat by about 5 yards down the field there.
So the big completion all the way down to the Cobra 25-yard line. And with just under 2 minutes to go in the game, we will have a timeout on the field. Gives us a chance to step away for a quick break. 2 minutes to play first half. It is the Rams 12, the Cobras 0 on Western Reserve Radio.
Professional, fast, highly knowledgeable, easy to work with. These are real reviews by customers of Sandrock Concrete. For all your concrete block, brick, stone, stonework, and excavating needs, call Jerry Sandrock. For your free estimate at 330-506-0013. Sandrock Concrete is fully insured and ready to make your ideas a reality. Sandrock Concrete is a proud supporter and sponsor of Mahoning Valley High School football on Western Reserve Radio.
Cobras right back at it to wrap up the regular season next week right here on Western Reserve Radio. July 29th at the Canton Hurricanes, Walsh University's Stout Field. On the air with you around 6:50 with Dave, and myself. Dave did the press box today.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Don't mess with us, Mark.
I got to the car and I said, Dave's? Didn't know what else to do.
Right.
So it is a first down and 10 for the Rams at the Cobra 25-yard line. 3 receivers to the right, split 2 to the left side. Dixon Sr. alone in the backfield. He'll take the snap, 3-step drop. Got to look downfield, a pass caught, and the receiver is pulled down just shy of the 10-yard line. That's Julian Hundley, number 11, on the reception.
Yeah, and they're doing what the Cobras need to be doing, is going after the football, highest point, using their hands and pulling it in. And that's been the difference. Their receivers have been grabbing them. Cobras hasn't.
Same look, trips right, single twins to the left side. Minute and a half to play in this first half. Dixon Sr. overlooking the Cobra defense. Takes the snap. 3-step drop. Steps into a throw. Rifles it downfield to the back of the end zone where it's incomplete. Again, looking for Julian Hundley, number 11. And it's second down.
Yeah, that was a dangerous throw there. Secondary was in place where they needed to be. And that if it would have been on target, that could have been intercepted.
So second and goal for the Rams. .105 to play here in the second quarter. Game brought to you by Erica Marie Financials, LLC, 330-785-5432 or ericamariefinancials.com. Two receivers to each side of the formation. Running back is to the left of the quarterback, Dwayne Dixon Sr. Will get it on the handoff, hesitates, turns on the speed, and he is thrown down at about the 8-yard line. So this brings up third and goal. And the Rams are going to burn a timeout.
Very good open field tackle on that player. He could have got to the end zone once again.
We'll keep it right here, Dave. This is a big series defensively for the Cobras. You don't want to find yourself down 3 touchdowns going into the locker room.
Yeah, you just can't. It could be demoralizing if they get in the end zone once again. They have to stop them and not allow them to get in the end zone. 8 yards away from doing so. Let's see what the Cobras defense can do.
So the Rams use the timeout to stop the clock with just 36 seconds in the half. Coming up at the half, we'll recap the first half scoring, get some keys to the second half for both of these teams as we wind our way ever closer to the end of the Tri-Point Football League season. Just 1 week to go
before it's over.
And then it gets really serious.
Absolutely.
So off the timeout, 2 receivers go to each side of the formation. Running back is Julian Hundley to the left of Dwayne Dixon Sr., the quarterback. Dixon Sr. takes the snap, fakes it to Hundley. He's going to keep it, avoids the first rush, and goes down at about the 4-yard line. With 26 seconds to go in the half, and the Rams will use another timeout. So we haven't seen a kicker all day, so you would imagine you bring out your best, 2-point play, and you run it here.
Yeah, that's what you're going to do because I believe they don't have a kicker. They've been going for all extra points. They've been basically going 2-point conversions. So that's what you bring out right now. It's your best play that you can for that.
And they have a few players listed as athlete on the roster, but they do not list a kicker.
Yep.
Every time I mention a kicker, I can just hear Coach Gessler in my head. I love kickers. Which every time he says, I love kickers, he means I hate kickers.
Right.
I can't imagine, a game coming down to a kick. You never wanted to rely on something like that.
Yeah, it's tough. Yeah, if I don't got Tucker out of Baltimore, then I just don't want to talk about it right now.
Yeah, because he's as close to a sure thing as there is.
Yes.
So 4th down and just about 4 to go. 3 receivers right, 1 to the left. Dixon Sr. back to throw, looking that way, feeling the pressure, running out, firing into the end zone, and the pass is caught for a touchdown. What a throw and catch. Isaiah Holt on the 4-yard touchdown reception with 21 seconds in the half.
Yeah, I mean, that's how you snag a football. All hands, pull it in, and score again. This could be demoralizing to the Cobras to now be behind 3 scores makes it very, very tough on him.
Dixon did a great job to keep that play alive.
Yeah.
And there were a couple of receivers in the same area of the field, but he found Holt for the touchdown.
Right, yeah, absolutely.
So they will, again, go for the 2-point attempt. They failed on the first two. Hunley, the running back. The fullback is Byron Green, number 42. Two receivers left, one to the right side. They got to give the ball to the tailback, and he's going to hit a pile of bodies. And again, the 2-point attempt is no good.
And that's been some of the biggest plays they've made, been able to stop the 2-point conversion on all three scores.
So with just 21 seconds to go in the half, it is now the Rams 18, the Cobras 0. We'll step aside, come back, and have the final 21 seconds of the first half here on Western Reserve Radio.
During the fall and winter, grilling season never ends, and Gessler Propane is your local supplier. Then make sure you get your hard-earned money's worth. Why go to gas exchanges to pay higher prices for tanks not filled to capacity? Gessler Propane makes sure you're prepared for year-round grilling with 100% filled tanks at a reasonable cost. See Bob Monday through Friday 10 to 4 and Saturday 9 to 3 at Gessler Propane, 702 Youngstown Poland Road, Struthers, or call 330-755-9119. Gessler Propane. They got gas.
"21 seconds in our first half. The Rams now with an 18-0 lead, and the Cobras set to get their hands back on the football.
He's got to get ready to get into the halftime and regroup, change a few things, especially on a lot of mental things. I mean, not catching the ball with your hands. They got to make those catches. They got to quit holding and different things of that nature. I don't see a big difference.
And the way they're kicking off after scores, they're kind of giving you a short field to take advantage of.
Yeah, and we have seen that on a few of these kicks, that they have that advantage to be able to move the ball in good field position, but they just haven't been able to make the plays they need.
Looks like a new kicker out there this time, number 12, Mario Sturdivant. So with the different kicker in, the Cobras need to key on a new number on this kick to see what they do. He will kick the ball away, short end over end from the 25, 30, 35, 40, and diving down to the 42-yard line. On the return for the Cobras, that's Daryl Golston, number 20. Good field position, but only 16 seconds to go in the half.
16 seconds, so they're going to have to get something and get ready for the second half and see what they can do. They're going to have to become hungry in the second half. And normally, when I'm hungry, what I do is head down to Smoky Seafood and Barbecue. You can get a hold of them at 216-632-1506 and get a great plate of barbecue, which is sexy, sophisticated, and savory.
Now, you definitely do that much better than me. So 16 seconds to go in the half. Cobras with the football from their own 45-yard line. Twins to each side of the formation. Thompson has a single back with him. So we got the new quarterback in there. We're back to T.J. Johnson. And that pass is caught down to the 50-yard line.
Yeah, I'm wondering. I don't think anything is wrong. Well, we don't know if anything is wrong with Slap because he's actually been putting the ball on target in most cases. Guys have just not been able to catch it.
Cobras take 8 timeout. That gives us a chance to tell you the game also brought to you by Naturally Nourished, 330-937-8399, where they have an advanced anesthetician, and Gibson Elite Athletics, Cleveland's elite athletic training. Visit them at GibsonEliteAthletics.com. So much easier when you type them out.
Yeah, that would help instead of writing them.
Right? You don't want to read my handwriting.
Yeah.
That is a one-person project. The only one that can usually translate that is me.
Yeah.
So from the 50-yard line, it is 2nd down and 5 for the Cobras. 2 timeouts remaining, but just 10 seconds on the clock.
You know, football, that's one thing about it. Adjustments at half. And that's what it is, a half, and you can switch things around and get right back in this game.
So Johnson remains at the quarterback spot with 2 receivers to each side of the formation on 2nd down and 5. Takes the low snap, one-hands it, looks downfield, fires downfield, has a man wide open, and overshoots him at the 23-yard line. Tough throw for the lefty on the run, and the incompletion brings up a 3rd down and 5.
Right. And his technique and everything is going to be a little different than Slap's much more accurate quarterback. One thing that he does bring to the table is his elusiveness back there, that he can make up some big plays by getting out of the pocket and either throwing or running the football.
So 5 seconds in the half. 3rd down and 5 from midfield. Rams with a 18-0 lead. They will get the football to begin the second half. Because we paid attention to the coin toss this time.
Absolutely.
Hey, 1 out of 2 is 50%. I'll take those odds.
Yeah. It's better than last year.
Johnson to throw it. 3-step drop, steps up in the pocket, avoids the rush. Now he'll turn outside across the 40, 30, and go out of bounds right near the 30-yard line. And that will bring us to the end of the first half. At the half, it is the Rams 18, the Cobras 0. We'll take a break, come back with more after this on Western Reserve Radio.
Youngstown, Warren, and Salem's local and national sports talk can be found on TuneIn and the Live 365 app at Western Reserve Radio. WRDB, The Scourge. Professional, fast, highly knowledgeable, easy to work with. These are real reviews by customers of Sandrock Concrete. For all your concrete block, brick, stone, stonework, and excavating needs, call Jerry Sandrock. For your free estimate at 330-506-0013. Sandrock Concrete is fully insured and ready to make your ideas a reality. Sandrock Concrete is a proud supporter and sponsor of Mahoning Valley High School football on Western Reserve Radio.
Golf in the Mahoning Valley starts at Mill Creek Golf Course. Come out to the 36 beautiful hole design course by Donald Ross, and golf lessons are available by calling the team shop at 330-740-7112. Don't forget about family fun nights on Friday and Saturday evenings, a family of 4 with cart for only $25. Or visit the Wick Recreation Area and the lighted par 3 course. Book your tee time today at 330-740-7112 or online at millcreekmetroparks.org.
Hello, Kubo. What have you got planned for today?
Come on, this way.
Adventure can be found anywhere, but the best place to start is in the forest.
It's the most powerful magic there is.
Head outside to discover incredible animals.
Wow.
And beautiful plants that come together to create an unforgettable adventure. So grab your loved ones and explore a world of possibilities. Visit discovertheforest.org to find the closest forest or park to you. Brought to you by the Ad Council and the U.S. Forest Service.
My teacher said that we should have a plan in case of an emergency. Do we have one?
First thing I'm gonna do is grab a flashlight with dead batteries.
I'm going to start randomly throwing clothes in the bag. You two will be hiding in the closet and Dad won't be able to find you.
And that's when we both start crying.
Uncontrollably. Can you pass the cutlets?
Winging it is not an emergency plan. Make sure your kids know what to do during an emergency, who to call, where to meet, what to pack. Search Ready Kids at nyc.gov or call 311. Brought to you by the New York City Office of Emergency Management and the Ad Council.
During the fall and winter, grilling season never ends, and Gessler Propane is your local supplier. Then make sure you get your hard-earned money's worth. Why go to gas exchanges to pay higher prices for tanks not filled to capacity? Gessler Propane makes sure you're prepared for year-round grilling with 100% filled tanks at a reasonable cost. See Bob Monday through Friday, 10 to 4, and Saturday, 9 to 3 at Gessler Propane, 702 Youngstown Poland Road, Struthers, or call 330-755-9119. Gessler Propane. They got gas.
Located in Applewood Estates in Boardman Township, the Applewood Swim and Tennis Club offers a pleasant family environment. Choose a membership that meets your needs and enjoy a relaxing venue that includes not only swimming for the family, but also youth activities such as competitive swimming, tennis, and more. Enjoy the friendly atmosphere all summer long with the staff and members of the Applewood Swim and Tennis Club. For more information, go to applewoodswimandtennis.com or call 330-953-2833.
This is Mario Andretti. You know me as a race car driver, but I'm also a Meals on Wheels volunteer. I've raced against the sport's biggest personalities, but I've never met more vibrant, amazing people than the seniors served by Meals on Wheels. You can make a difference by dropping off a hot meal and saying a quick hello. So, America, let's do lunch. Volunteer your lunch break at americaletsdolunch.org.
This message brought to you by Meals on Wheels America and the Ad Council.
People been saying to your friend, get a different face, and posting on their feed, they're super ugly. The things they say to them online are cruel and they're not true. So tell your friend, I'll stand up for you. Don't worry, I know what to do.
Know someone being bullied online? You can be a witness and make a difference by letting the world know it isn't cool and by letting your friend know you care. Learn more at eyewitnessbullying.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council.
Hope you enjoyed your meal. And I just want to say, he's lucky to have a brother like you.
Lucky? Caring for my brother is far from easy. But he's a part of me, like my arms and legs, so I'll be his. No time for tired. Nothing can disable this love. He needs me, but I'm the lucky one, even though I need help now and then.
If you're caring for a loved one, visit aarp.org/caregiving for care guides and community. Support for your strength. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
Listen to Grove City College football all season long right here on Western Reserve Radio. Play action for East with time down the field. Got him in stride. That's Drake. 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Cameron Drake. Give it to Schools across the 50. 45, 40. He's gone. 30, 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Wesley Schools. Listen to head coach Andrew DiDonato and the Grove City College Wolverines all year long right here on Western Reserve Radio.
Allison is perfect. I mean, she'd never tell you that. She's humble and perfect. She likes everyone. She even likes her untidy roommate's weird guinea pig. Allison, wait, are you texting and driving? Allison, no. That's the exact opposite of what I was just saying about you. Why, Allison? Why? Texting and driving makes good people look bad. Visit StopTextStopWrecks.org. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
I'm Paul George of the Indiana Pacers. When I was 6, my days were spent playing basketball. When I was 6, my dream was to make it to the NBA. When I was 6, my mom had a stroke. So I want you to learn to spot a stroke fast. F-A-S-T. F, face drooping. A, arm weakness. S, speech difficulty. T, time to call 911. I'm Paul George. Spot a stroke fast. Visit strokeassociation.org. Brought to you by the American Stroke Association and the Ad Council.
My name is Lola Silvestri, and I'm going to be 95 this year. I was very independent. I fell, and I had to have Meals on Wheels. America, let's do lunch.
1 in 6 seniors faces the threat of hunger, and millions more live in isolation. Drop off a hot meal and say a quick hello. Volunteer for Meals on Wheels by donating your lunch break at americaletsdolunch.org. This message brought to you by Meals on Wheels America and the Ad Council.
Miss an episode of By All Means, and you could miss a lot.
I have the sound up, and I appreciate the guys that do the work now. But it is with great appreciation I see what the guys do, not only the announcers, but also the players. So we've had wonderful playoffs. I mean, single, double, triple overtime games. It's been fantastic.
By All Means, Tuesdays at 5, right here on Western Reserve Radio and streaming live on westernreserveradio.com.
During the fall and winter, grilling season never ends, and Gessler Propane is your local supplier. Then make sure you get your hard-earned money's worth. Why go to gas exchanges to pay higher prices for tanks not filled to capacity? Gessler Propane makes sure you're prepared for year-round grilling with 100% filled tanks at a reasonable cost. See Bob Monday through Friday, 10 to 4, and Saturday, 9 to 3 at Gessler Propane, 702 Youngstown Poland Road, Struthers, or call 330-755-9119. Gessler Propane. They got gas.
Halftime here on Western Reserve Radio, and it is an 18-0 lead for the Cleveland Rams over the Cobras. Scoring in the first half looks like this. We were 0-0 after the opening quarter, and just a minute or so into the second quarter, it would be Dixon to Hunley from 24 yards out to give the Rams an early 6-0 lead. The two-point conversion failed, 6-0 in favor of the Rams. Rams came right back, 7:44 to go. In the first half, a punt return from 55 yards out for a touchdown. The two-point conversion failed. It was 12-0 Rams at that point. And it was not a bad punt. It was not bad coverage by the Cobras. It was just a heck of a return by the Rams.
Yeah, making guys miss all the way down the field and not making a short tackle on one of them. Great block. He took it to the house.
At that point, a 12-0 lead for the Rams, and just before the end of the first half, it was Dixon to Holt on a 4-yard touchdown pass. The extra point failed. The two-point conversion failed. 18-0 Rams, and we sit here at the half, and that was one of the better catches we've seen over the last couple weeks by Holt, who was working his way along the back line of the end zone and just reached up and literally took the football out of the air.
Yeah, and that's the way they teach you to really just snag the ball, pull it right in, and that's exactly what he did on that catch. And perfectly put there by Dixon. He snagged it out, and that's what you want to see. But when I look at this game, Mark, and really look at things, if I'm on the sideline talking to the Cobras, I'm telling them, don't put your head down. Let's get back out there and fight, because their scores has been a punt return and on two short fields. And really, it's not that they drove the length of the field. There have been short field touchdowns. And when you put so much pressure on your defense, it's a lot of times those things happen with the little breakdown. So I would get these guys regrouped and tell them, hey, you can turn this thing around in the second half.
Halftime festivities just about to wrap up. We'll take a quick break, come back, and bring you back for the third quarter here on Western Reserve Radio.
During the fall and winter, grilling season never ends, and Gessler Propane is your local supplier. Then make sure you get your hard-earned money's worth. Why go to gas exchanges to pay higher prices for tanks not filled to capacity? Gessler Propane makes sure you're prepared for year-round grilling with 100% filled tanks at a reasonable cost. See Bob Monday through Friday, 10 to 4, and Saturday, 9 to 3 at Gessler Propane, 702 Youngstown Poland Road, Struthers, or call 330-755-9119. Gessler Propane. They got gas.
Located in Applewood Estates in Boardman Township, the Applewood Swim and Tennis Club offers a pleasant family environment. Choose a membership that meets your needs and enjoy a relaxing venue that includes not only swimming for the family, but also youth activities such as competitive swimming, tennis, and more. Enjoy the friendly atmosphere all summer long with the staff and members of the Applewood Swim and Tennis Club. For more information, go to applewoodswimandtennis.com or call 330-953-2833.
Set to begin quarter number 3 here on Western Reserve Radio. Mark Means, Dave Clark, Dave Ferris with you this afternoon here on Western Reserve Radio. One more week left in the regular season in the Tri-Point Football League. We'll have that game for you next Saturday evening from Walsh University. 6:50 pregame, 7 o'clock kickoff against the Canton Hurricanes. Cobras need one of the last two to make sure to clinch a playoff spot in the Tri-Point Football League.
Yeah, that's going to be their goal here. They got to get one of these two games to get in. And but, you know, like I said, you want to make sure you in. You got to get back in this ball game right here.
Keep that playoff berth in your own hands, your own destiny.
Right, absolutely.
Ben Lyons to kick. Rams won the toss, deferred. They will get the football to begin this third quarter. And it has really cleared out and turned into a beautiful evening.
Yes, it has.
Lyons gets his foot into this one. Drifts the returner back inside the 10. Coming outside across the 15 to the 20. And then twisted down awkwardly right at the 22-yard line.
Yeah, good coverage there. Was able to make that tackle and get down there.
So just underway here in this third quarter. Rams will go left to right. I used to say on your radio, but there's so many different ways to listen to us now. On your radio is kind of gone by the way of your phone, your tablet, you know, any device you can listen to us here on Western Reserve Radio, and we do appreciate you tuning in. That is, of course, on our Facebook Live feed that Dave continues to run with the camera here in the press box, and as he continues to think of other ideas to use the camera. Somewhere Jim is listening and shaking his head.
I'm sure.
And probably going to text Dave wanting to know what we were thinking about on our way to this game. First and 10 for the Rams, and Dwayne Dixon Sr., the quarterback.
I want to see just what adjustments on defense the Cobras are going to do as far as their alignment and different things they want to do on defense to maybe just spur some changes here in the second half.
A little bit of a delay here as we get set to start the third quarter. Can't tell you what the holdup is, Dave.
No, I don't see the reason at all. Everything, ball is spotted. Here they come. He still held them off. So I'm not sure.
So 14:52 to play.
Changing the ball. I'm trying to figure out. This one's got me. We got a ball out on the field. Then we got the referee with another ball. So
we got all 5 officials. I don't know if there's an issue with the ball or what it is.
Yeah.
Cobra players are now heading over towards their sidelines.
Yeah, something's going on. I don't know what.
We were waiting for the chains to get reset coming from the other end of the field.
Oh, yeah, well, you definitely got to have that to be able to go and play.
And I was kind of going through the checklist. We have a football. We have 2 teams. We have officials.
And
what are we missing? We were missing the chain gang.
Yeah. And I'm concerned about the chain gang.
Yeah,
what were they doing?
They're a little tangled up as they make their way to the other side of the field. I will tell you, and we've only worked together for a couple of years, but I've experienced some interesting delays over the years.
Yeah, a lot of different and weird type situations that have happened.
Had a transformer explode behind the scoreboard at a high school game where the power went out.
Mm-hmm.
Had a lightning delay where there was no lightning.
Yeah.
Experienced a lot of different things over the years, but 20-plus years, you'll see a lot of things.
Oh, that's for sure.
First and 10 for the Rams. Dixon Sr., the quarterback, 2 running backs with him in the backfield. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right side. They'll take the snap, give it on the quick inside handoff. Flag on the play as this play is broke out all the way across the 45, down to the 48-yard line, but this play is coming back for holding.
Yep, sure
as
is.
you saw, the runner broke free once he got through that hold.
Yeah, and usually that happens, a nice hold when somebody grabs somebody, don't allow them to get forward to make the tackle.
So the holding penalty will back things up on the Rams. Let's set up a first down and 20.
Yeah, those defense ends, even though fortunately for the Cobras, he was held on that play, but they got to get downhill quickly to seal the outside. You can't allow the Rams' backs to get to the outside. Too much speed and elusiveness, because once they break that containment, that is a lot of problems that will be created for them.
They bring in an extra receiver in Jaquan Hunley, number 13. Sent twin receivers out to each side. Hunley in the slot to the right side. Dixon Sr. working out of the pistol. Takes the looping snap, eyes downfield, pressured from the backside, throws this one downfield, and they will call that a good catch right in front of the side judge.
Yep.
At the 16-yard line, Julian Hunley gets both feet down for the reception.
I'm telling you, even though that wasn't that much of a pickup, it's just the fact that the guys are using the techniques that you're taught as a receiver, made sure his feet was down and inside, and he was able to catch the ball all hands. I'm really impressed with their receivers of catching the ball with their hands.
So second down and long for the Rams. 13-15 to go, third quarter. Rams break the huddle, come to the line of scrimmage. They got one receiver right, two receivers and a tight end to the left side. Dixon Sr., the quarterback. Gives it to his running back, puts it right in his belly, and is swallowed up after a very short gain by a group of Cobra defenders, led by number 2, Chris Frazier, up from his defensive back spot to make the stop.
Yeah, he got up there quick to seal that play inside and not allow it to get to the boundary, and that's what they got to do on a continuous basis.
They'll say, mark that down as a loss of 1 on the great tackle by Frazier. So third down and long for the Rams. Cobras looking for the 3 and out. Try to get the football back. And the Seagulls are back.
As I said, stay out and away from us.
A little bit of confusion for the Rams on the formation. Now they'll be set. 2 receivers right, tight end, and a receiver to the left side. Dixon Sr. on third down and long. Takes the snap. Flag flies on the snap of the football. Steps up in the pocket, goes downfield, overshoots 2 receivers at about the 50-yard line. And
looks
this
like
is going to be
offside. Must have lined up in the neutral zone. I didn't really see jumping on that play, but they may have lined up in the neutral zone.
So this 5-yard penalty makes it third down.
Yep.
Third down, and it won't make it third down. It'll remain third down and about 12.
Yeah, you don't want to continue to give them extra chances at picking up the first down. Got a little injury there. Defensive back went out off the field, and they brought one in real quick.
And they had an extra receiver on the field that they also got off the field, so it is illegal substitution. They broke the huddle with too many players, so you get 5, you give 5 back.
Yeah. Another fortunate thing. Cobra's got to look at that. Fortunate things is happening for them. Maybe some of the things can change. They're going to have to be big here on third down.
So third down and just about 17 to go. 2 to the right, 3 to the left. Dixon Sr. takes the snap, sets up the tunnel screen. Receiver makes the catch. Tries to get outside with a block. 20, 25, and hammered down at the 30-yard line.
Yep, good tackle. Very good tackle here.
Let's see, that was 13. Terrell Lively, the defensive back. We've seen that from the Cobra DBs. Not afraid to come up, square up the shoulders, and make a big hit.
Yeah, and that's what he did there. And almost got in a little extracurricular, which could have caused some real problems. Was it a call back there? I was trying to see, was there a flag on that play?
Don't see any out there.
No, it might have been an inadvertent. I think he just picked it up, put it in his. Yep, they winding the clock now.
So they will now send the punt team on. Rams under the direction of head coach Juice Jones. Of course, Adam Rogerson, the head coach of the Cobras, celebrating his birthday today. So single punt returner drops back at around his 35-yard line. We'll see who they have punt this football away for the Rams. No scoring so far in this third quarter. 18-0 in favor of the Rams with 9:15 to play in the third. Got everyone lined up. A lot of movement up front.
There's a flag, but I'm gonna tell you, I'm was lost on that because it seemed like the play was so long. I thought it would be too much time.
I was gonna say, I was like, there has to be a delay here eventually.
Yeah, I thought.
So the procedure penalty costs them 5. That will back them up. And the Cobra returner moves up to his 40-yard line.
I think I would definitely set up a return on this play. Got to get something.
Short snap, very short kick off the side of the foot. Going to go out of bounds near the Ram 35-yard line. This is going to give the Cobras great field position.
Yes, it is.
This game brought to you by Smoky Seafood and Barbecue, 216-632-1506. Sexy, sophisticated, and savory, and naturally nourished. 330-937-8399 with their advanced anesthetician on site. So a big opportunity to get some points on the board on this possession, Dave.
Oh, yeah. This is a chance here. They needed to make a stop. Great field position. Now let's see what they can do. Look like that quarterback change that they made is actually going into the second half here.
Yeah, T.J. Johnson remains at the quarterback spot. Twins to the right, Tripp to the left. Johnson all alone in the backfield on 1st and 10 from the 35-yard line of the Rams. He'll throw underneath, and the pass is incomplete off the hands of Daryl Golson, number 20.
Yeah, the ball was a little low, too. And thank goodness it was low. That could have been picked off if it was put in the right place, but it definitely was too low for the receiver to get to.
8 minutes, clock rolling here in this third quarter. Tri-Point Football League action right here on Western Reserve Radio. Takes the snap, stands in the pocket, has a receiver reaching out, makes a good catch at the 15-yard line.
Yeah, that works out there.
And that is a first down catch by Eddie Bing Edwards, and it'll move the chains for the Cobras.
Yeah, they needed a big play like that, and it puts them right in the red zone.
Cobras picking up the pace, down by 3 scores. Johnson calling the play at the line of scrimmage. Has Golson to his right side.
And I tell you, Mark, if they keep rushing the passer the way it is, he got lanes to run up inside.
Johnson takes the snap. Delayed the handoff. Now he'll run to the outside. Has the advantage to the corner. Inside the 10. And spun down near the 8-yard line.
Yep, nice little pick up there and keep it rolling.
Johnson says, let's get right back to the line. Let's call the play on the move. The Rams trying to get in a couple of substitutions. Get some fresh bodies on that defensive line. Single to the right, trips to the left side. Johnson with Golson to his right side. Takes the snap, hands the ball to Golson, who drives his way down near the 6-yard line.
It's going to be close to a first down. I don't know if he's a little short.
And they're going to say he is, on the initial indication, a little bit shy.
Yeah.
The ball is spotted at the 7. Needs to get closer to the 6 for a first down.
Definitely in 2-down territory, you would think.
New running back in there as well. It's Dominic Martucci Jr. wearing number 24. Johnson hands it off to Martucci, drives inside the 5. Did the ball come out of there?
Yeah, something. Yep, the lineman was able to recover it.
And they'll spot it inside the 5 at the 4, so they maintain possession and have a first and goal.
Yeah, boy, that was close. And it's kind of questionable, too. You know, Martucci has not been in the backfield at all today. And then to put him in that situation to get the ball up inside, a little different. I was surprised.
So first and goal for the Cobras just inside the Ram 5-yard line.
I would get Johnson out on the edges if I could on this play.
Eddie Edwards in there next to him with a single back behind T.J. Johnson. High snap, looking for the end zone, overshoots the receiver on the flag from the official on the side. And the initial indication, was it offensive holding?
Yeah, well, he did point. I don't know if he was pointing at someone or the way he pointed was like it was offense. We'll find out.
He pointed to the Cobra side of the field and indicated
sure
holding. The defensive back over there questioning the call from the Rams, so I will say I am confused.
Yeah, I think it is. It's definitely against the Rams.
Okay.
And they put the ball down about the 2-yard line now.
So first and goal from just a little past the 2. Clock rolling at 4:50. Johnson has Jawan Carlisle, the running back, to his left side. Johnson going to keep it, run quarterback power.
He's in.
Push the pile, drive the pile, and he's down inside the 1-yard line. It's second and goal.
Oh, he got it right on the cusp of getting into that end zone. And the Rams came forth to be able to try to make that not happen. And they were able to stop him before he was able to cross the goal line.
I had college football flashbacks of J.T. Barrett and Tim Tebow running that exact play.
Yeah. Yes. A Urban Meyer special.
So second and goal from just about the 1-yard line. Johnson and Carlisle in the backfield. Wing to the left side. Johnson. Loose ball on the turf. They'll battle for the ball inside the 5-yard line.
You know, I don't like you're on the goal line. I would not be in the
Rams
shotgun.
ball.
I would never be in the shotgun or the pistol, and I'm at the 1-foot line. Too many things can happen when that ball is being snapped like that, and then you're handing the ball off. No, I want everything quick, and I would be down under center.
You know, we've talked about that. You see quarterbacks in the draft that they're talking about, well, I've never taken a snap under center. All through college, all through high school, because everything is out of the pistol now.
Yeah, that's what it is. Now, that part, you know, you can run that, but I think you always got to have your quarterback and your offense equipped to be able to go under center, because that right there we talked about other things, that could be demoralized right there to get right on the cusp of getting in the end zone, and then this happens.
Today's game also brought to you by Gibson Elite Athletics, Cleveland's elite athletic training, GibsonEliteAthletics.com, and Erica Marie Financials, LLC, 330-785-5432, EricaMarieFinancials.com.
Well, the defense can come up big here by making a play and keeping them down and up against their own end zone.
So 1st and 10 for the Rams on their own 5-yard line. Dixon Sr. takes the snap, hands off to his ball carrier, was stood up, driven back to the 4-yard line as bodies came spinning off the pile.
Here we go. This you gotta get your guys that have cooler heads.
And we saw big Harlan Page come flying off the pile.
Mm-hmm.
And when you see Harlan Page do something, you notice 99. 3 minutes to play here in the third quarter. Rams doing some substituting. Bringing in a new offensive lineman, Nate Phillips, 99, checking in. Chris Andrews, number 52, coming to the sidelines a little slow. 2nd down and 11 for the Rams. They will break the huddle, come to the line of scrimmage. 1 receiver right, 2 to the left side, 2 running backs in the backfield with the quarterback, Dwayne Dixon Sr.
Okay, he looking for that inside slant pattern. I would take that away if I was on the defensive side of the ball.
Byron Green, the running back with Dixon Sr. He's going to throw, drop back into his end zone, going to throw underneath, pass caught across the 25 to the 30. Breaks a tackle 30 to the 35, then gives up and steps out of bounds at the 35-yard line. And our apologies, we do not have a 3 on the roster for the Rams making the catch.
Yeah, very good catch. But I did, like I said, even before snap, I can tell in their alignment that they want to go wide side of the field, inside slant. You take it away, and that throws everything off on that play. And they actually, the way the defense lined up, they were giving the inside slant. So I don't know. You got to make those adjustments when you see it.
1st and 10 for the Rams from their own 35-yard line. Twins to each side. Green, the running back, with Dixon Sr., the quarterback. Checking at the line. Takes the snap, flag on the snap of the football, pulls it down. Harlan Page had him for a moment, and now we've got a official throwing a flag and a few guys tangled up here in front of the bench. And
that's what you're going to get. That's where me as a coach, I'm all over my guys because, see, you got to keep your head. You have to keep your head.
That is, now there's a flag.
See, you didn't have none of that. And he's clapping, but he may get the penalty.
And that happened right in front of the Rams bench, and those odds weren't good. That was 3-1.
Yeah, I mean, you just gotta know the situation of the game, the circumstances of everything going on. I know the motions. That's part of this game, but you got to be smart also.
So we've got 3 officials at about the 38-yard line huddled. The hat is usually thrown for an ineligible receiver when somebody stepped out of bounds.
Right.
Then we had a flag.
And I think he might have thrown his flag earlier for something and then had to use the hat.
Unsportsmanlike conduct, offense. Unsportsmanlike conduct, defense. And then a second unsportsmanlike penalty on the Rams. So it looked like the first two were offsetting, and then the third goes against the Rams, and it will.
Yes, it will. There should be a major variety there. It should take it back to about on the 16-yard line.
So they will spot the ball right at the 16-yard line. And the Rams need to get to their 46-yard line for a first down. So they got in your playbook for needing 30 yards.
Yeah. Well, you're on second down. You try to get a little bit of it if you can. It's just these adjustments. I'm very concerned with the adjustments of the Cobras defense in some of these situations.
So it is 2nd and 30 for the Rams. Twin receivers to each side. Single back in the backfield is Green with Dixon Sr. Third quarter clock under 30 seconds. Takes the snap. Goes underneath. Bounces the ball to his receiver. Incomplete. Looking for Julian Hunley.
Not bad coverage then. It might have been a good thing that it did bounce there because they actually had that one covered up pretty well.
So they'll wind the clock. We'll go under 10 seconds to play here in this third quarter. And the Rams content to go to the fourth quarter after 3. No scoring in the third quarter. It is the Rams 18, the Cobras 0 here on Western Reserve Radio.
Golf in the Mahoning Valley starts at Mill Creek Golf Course. Come out to the 36 beautiful hole design course by Donald Ross, and golf lessons are available by calling the team shop at 330-740-7112. Don't forget about family fun nights on Friday and Saturday evenings, a family of 4 with cart for only $25. Or visit the Wick Recreation Area and the lighted par 3 course. Book your tee time today at 330-740-7112 or online at millcreekmetroparks.org.
Youngstown, Warren, and Salem's local and national sports talk can be found on TuneIn and the Live 365 app at Western Reserve Radio, WRDB, The Scourge.
Final 15 minutes put up on the board here today from Stefanski Stadium in Cleveland. And as we come back to this fourth quarter, the Rams facing a third down and very long situation.
Here it is. This is it. Fourth quarter. You got to do something, make something happen. It's very significant that they did not get in the end zone that last opportunity for the Cobras, so they have to do something here.
So the Rams making the way across the field as they will go right to left here in the fourth quarter. Making sure we've got all the same numbers in there. That is Dwayne Dixon Sr., the quarterback. Gave teams a little bit of extra time in between the quarters. It's not overly hot, but it's warm.
Yeah, it's warm. Definitely that. Yeah, I'm sure it's a lot warmer for them down there on that field.
So on third down and long, Dixon Sr. has twin receivers to each side, running back to his right. Takes the snap, 3-step drop. Takes a shot downfield, has a man wide open and off his hands and incomplete. Would have been enough for a first down.
Yeah.
But unable to complete the catch.
And I mean wide open, and I'm shocked because he's one of the guys that's been grabbing the ball with his hands, but it actually got through his hands and hit his face mask and came off on that play. Wide open in the seam.
So it'll bring up a fourth down
You know, Mark, being a former defensive back, I may say former, but I'm always still a defensive back.
Right, you're always thinking like one.
Yeah, and I'm looking at the safety. His reaction was so late, it wasn't even funny. That he was running right down the seam open, and he did not react to him at all until he seen the ball thrown. And he could have already been fading that way. And that was a ball that was hanging there that you could pick off if you get there.
That was Julian Hunley. Came up a little sore and slow after that play. So 4th down, and the Rams will punt the ball away, we believe. And Cobras look to be bringing 10, as they 9 now, excuse me. I missed the returner back here at the 50. So Golson is back at his own 48-yard line. Rams were a man down. You heard a coach yell, "We need one," clearly in the crowd, Mike. So they will punt the ball away. Cobras bring the rush. Kick is just away. Golson's going to let it roll. It takes a Cobras roll and goes out of bounds right near midfield. We saw Golson earlier pick one up on the hop a little late. That time he just kept away from it. And it's good field position for the Cobras to start this drive with 13:31 to play in the game. Been a beautiful night here in Cleveland for football. Looked like rain for a little while, but it has completely cleared out and turned into a great evening.
Yes, it has. And it's been very nice.
It was actually cool enough to do stuff outside last night.
Yeah.
It feels like it's been a while.
Yep.
But if what they say is true, 90s next weekend.
We won't be saying that next week if they're right.
Dave said something about clothing was optional in the booth. I don't know if I'm going that far.
No.
I don't think anybody else wants that either. 1st and 10 for the Cobras from the 35-yard line of the Rams. Johnson to throw. Lefty fires a little low and incomplete. Off the hands of Jawan Carlisle, the wide receiver.
Right. And I know he was indicating, hey, get the ball up, but you're a receiver. You get down, you get up, whatever you have to do to make that reception. And really, he didn't make the effort to get lower. He could have went down. Just make that catch in 5-yard gain.
Trips to the left, 2 to the right side for T.J. Johnson, the quarterback, who's back to throw. Lefty steps up in the pocket, avoids the rush, and then pulled down from behind at the 31-yard line. He's going to pick up 3. 3rd down and just about 6 to go. We got one of the Cobras. That's Johnson, who's now slow to get up. He'll make his way to the sidelines. And we'll have to see who takes over at the quarterback spot. That looks like Eric Wallace Sr. at the quarterback spot, wearing number 10. We'll confirm that once they break the huddle. And it is. Trips to the left, twins to the right side. Wallace Sr. alone in the backfield. Takes the low snap. Gonna throw. Underneath, little short and incomplete. And I like, you never want to see anybody get hurt, obviously, but you saw Johnson get a little banged up. Next guy knew I'm the next man up, ran right onto the field. It was seamless, well coached, so
right.
they know the order.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's what you want to have out there, Mark.
So 4th down and about 6 to go. Two receivers go to each side. One running back in the backfield. Wallace takes the high snap, back to throw. Has time. Timing ball downfield. Receiver was thrown to the opposite shoulder. Incomplete at the 5-yard line. The turnover on downs gets the ball back to the Rams.
I'm lost for words right now, guys. You bring in a quarterback has been cold, hasn't been in the game. In a big situation, you got him throwing the ball. I don't understand what's going on that.
It's in one of those impossible situations. You need to throw the ball.
Yeah.
He hasn't been in the game, and you're running out of time on the clock.
Right, and I didn't see that the DJ Johnson looked like he was hurt or anything of that play before.
He just kind of came up a little hobbled as he went to the sideline, so we'll see if he's able to come back in.
Right. And I'm still curious about what happened in the first half to Slap, because he was actually putting the ball on target in most cases, and then we didn't see him no more.
So 1st and 10 for the Rams. Danae Dixon Sr., the quarterback. Two receivers go to each side of the formation. Takes the snap, and he is bottled up in the backfield, spun off a couple defenders, and got himself a couple of yards after a broken play all the way out across the 35 to the 36-yard line.
And I tell you, that could fire up an offense there. They already have the lead. When you got your quarterback getting out of the pocket and actually running up inside and actually dragging some defenders, that got to get the rest of your team and put energy all the way through your team that, hey, we are on top today and we're playing at a different level.
And that extra effort from a quarterback is always appreciated. It goes through the entire team, and we've got a stoppage for one of the offensive linemen down on the field for the Rams, Dave.
Right. That's probably some cramps. Yeah, that's what it is, cramps.
And, for dry and hot, we saw, warmer conditions even last week. We didn't see a lot of that, not a lot of cramping at all.
Yeah, you're right.
Hard for us to get a number as a couple of his offensive line mates there helping him try to stretch things out. I thought I blocked
another
his son.
One. Now another one dropped down.
Yeah, we're getting late into the game, and I've heard so many coaches say to me over the years, it's not about hydrating on game day. It's about hydrating leading to game day.
Yeah. It's not on the day of the game. I mean, you have to hydrate all week, because some people do that. They don't, and then try to do it on the day of the game. It's not going to work perfectly for you.
Down on the field, 55 is Justice Davis. That they're able to help off the field.
Like we said earlier, it definitely was warm, it's humid, and we're up here, but they're down there on that field where the sun is shining directly on them all game.
We can get away with hydrating on game day. They can't.
They can't.
Second down and just about 5 to go. Two receivers to each side. Dixon Sr. running that clock down before he takes the snap of the football. Low snap, digs it out. Flag on the play as he sprints to the outside, throws across his body. Receiver makes a catch at midfield, broke a tackle across the 45-40, and spun down near the 37-yard line.
Yeah, I was looking at him. I was going to say, here's another leg injury on that tackle. He's up, though. But I know there's some holding there on the offensive line. Yep.
So that will wipe off the big play from the receiver.
And I don't know what Dixon's size is at quarterback, but I'm very impressed that when he gets out the pocket, there's been defensive linemen right on him, and he's been able to shun them aside just with a stiff arm or with that off arm to get them away from him and he's been able to escape a lot and make some passes downfield.
I should have thought of this earlier to close this window to give us a little more shade, but it only took till 10 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. I told you I'm not a fast study. Sometimes I'm not a study at all. My grades reflected that. The guy to our left can confirm that.
I'm sure he's willing to do so.
He did with the nod, I tell you that much. So we go under 10 minutes to play here in the fourth quarter, and we look ahead to next week, wrapping up the regular season against the Hurricanes at Walsh next Saturday. 6:50 pregame. Kickoff is at 7 o'clock. Dixon Sr. again running down the play clock. Takes the snap, and he's going to throw. Steps into the throw, fires downfield, and incomplete. And he just got that ball off as the Cobras had a free rusher coming in.
Yeah, right in his face.
So 9:15 to play in this fourth quarter.
Yeah, you know, when you think, like I said, just not making some mistakes, you know, mental mistakes, and then some things on the breakdown where they couldn't score. We're talking about a game that was 18-0, and really they have not been far off of being in the game, but you can't continue to make mental mistakes, not get that ball in the end zone, and be able to beat this Rams team who's shown that they can definitely play ball.
Rams looking to go 7-0 on the season here this afternoon. Two receivers to each side. The fullback is Byron Green. Dixon Sr. drops back to throw, steps off of a defender, pulls it down, fires downfield, pass intercepted at the 35, across the 30 with blockers to the 20 and down near the 15-yard line.
And what do they call down the field? It's pointing down the road. I don't think they. Well, it's play there.
Trying to get a number from the far side of the field, and we've got one of the Cobra players down across the field near their bench.
And he's been down a couple times. That's the defensive back who we was wondering would he play today.
Is that 3, Emmett Calhoun, or 3 is Cam McCauley, number 3 on the defensive side?
Right, okay.
Double numbers will get you every time. So good to see TJ Johnson back in there at the quarterback spot. Rams again running a player in late on the defensive line. 8 minutes, 8 seconds to play here in the fourth quarter. Cobras overloaded the left side. Now they'll bring everybody to the right and have 4 receivers to the right side, 1 just to the left side. Johnson all alone in the backfield. Takes the snap, goes underneath, pass juggled and complete. Inside the 15 and down near the 13-yard line. Bring in a couple of fresh wide receivers. With 7:45 to play here in the fourth quarter. Three receivers to the left, 2 to the right side. Johnson all alone in the backfield. 2nd and 8. Pressure, steps up in the pocket, flag, and he is sacked back at the 20-yard line.
Here we go. There's
flag came from our referee. And call holding on the Cobras.
And they probably take them back some more, or yes, they are.
There's a pile of people on that play. it was hard to tell. I didn't know if it was a low block or maybe a hit to the head, but they called the hold that backed the ball up.
Yeah, they're not respecting DJ as a passer at all, so they're trying to get free rushers to come right. TJ Johnson.
Second down. Johnson back to throw. Steps into a throw downfield into double coverage, and the pass intercepted inside the 5, across the 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45. And the ball came loose on the turf.
Yep.
And the Rams able to maintain possession of the football at the 43-yard line. And I believe the expression was carrying the ball like a loaf of bread for a minute there.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened. And the trail defender that was coming after him was able to strip that ball, which could have been a disaster. They got it back.
So with 6:37 to go here in the fourth quarter, the Rams offense will have the football back with an 18-point lead.
Yeah, it's good. It's definitely they're in a bad situation with having TJ be there in the backfield as a quarterback. They got to get him out on the edges and make something happen. And like I said, make something happen, Marcus. When you're hungry, you get down to Smoky Seafood and Barbecue, 216-632-1506, and get a plate of that barbecue because it's sexy, sophisticated, and savory.
I have a feeling that's going to be a commercial next week. I just do. Little 15-second drops here and there. Thank you to them and all of the sponsors for Cobras football all season long. One receiver in the formation to the left side. Two backs in the backfield with the quarterback, Dixon Sr. will hand it off. That ball is loose on the turf, and I believe the Cobras have fallen on this loose football at the 45-yard line.
Yes, they have. Give them an opportunity to see what they can do. But I think you definitely, with TJ, you get him to roll out. What they call?
Timeout, Rams.
Well, I'm lost because that was a handoff.
And a clear recovery.
And a clear recovery by the Cobras. But they're showing that.
Let's go to the sorry.
Yeah.
Next year, Dave.
Yeah.
Dave loves challenges like that. Like, okay, let's do instant replay next year. And again, somewhere Jim is going, why does he keep saying things like that? Because you're not here and I can say fun things like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm lost. Somebody help me on this one.
Dave's like, just be quiet. We have hopefully 16, 17 high school games to do.
That wasn't a fumble?
I believe it was, but
it wasn't a shovel pass forward. It was a handoff. All righty.
Second down and 12 for the Rams. Game clock at 6:32 to play here in the fourth quarter. Handed off to the running back who spins his way forward and continues to drive the pile down to the 35-yard line.
Yes,
and it's going to bring up a third down and short to come up.
Good hard running there, and big thing they was trying to do is strip the football, which a lot of times that's what happens. Guys will pick up extra yardage. Got an injury down there.
And we have a player down for the Cobras on the field at the 36-yard line.
Number 22 out there.
22 is Matthew Federer, the linebacker. He's getting some help up off the field. So injury time stoppage on the field with 6:17 to play in the fourth quarter. Couple of players just chatting it up on the field as he makes his way off the field. And seen a little bit today, but all in all, it's been a pretty clean, well-played game.
Yeah, it has been. We didn't see some questionable decisions by the referees. That's been very interesting.
Some ball spots have been interesting.
Yes.
3rd down, long 2 to go for the Rams. Cobras loading up the box with just one receiver in the formation. Hand the ball off, breaking free across the 30 and down to the 25-yard line. That is 24. Collins on the carry. As we approach 5.5 minutes to play here in the 4th quarter. Got a new fullback in there as well as the Rams getting some new names and numbers in there. At the tailback spot is 29, Jeffrey Impanici, listed as a fullback on the roster. He will get the carry on 1st down and drive across the 25.
They lost the helmet out there.
Pick up a couple.
They're just going in and trying to pound that football. This last 4.5 minutes, they want to pound it and just run the clock down. And if they can get in the end zone, I'm sure they would love to do that also.
And we've seen them really throw the football quite a bit here today. And content to just keep the ball on the ground. Coach Juice Jones just wants to see that clock keep running.
Yep. And this here situation puts some pressure on the Cobras for next week. You'd probably say they should win that game, but you never know what can happen, especially when a team knows that they're coming and thinking they can win.
Waiting for that play clock to roll down. Back to throw. And he is going to be spun out of a tackle, going to try and throw it downfield and incomplete. I don't know, throwing the football this late with an 18-point lead.
Yeah, and he got rid of the ball by throwing it left-handed. But I'm telling you, I don't know what his size is, but he's definitely strong because he had 3 defenders on him, and he still wouldn't go down.
So it brings up a 3rd down and just about 8 to go for the Rams.
Yeah, trying to catch the Cobras napping on that. Maybe find a receiver open and get another score.
We talked about it last week. Point differential is a tiebreaker if it is necessary once we wrap up the regular season next week. 2 backs in the backfield with Dixon Sr. the quarterback. 1 receiver split out far to the right side. Reverse handoff to the running back. And he's able to get across the 20. Down near the 18-yard line is Collins. And he will pick up the 1st down.
Well, did he? No, he's a little short, isn't he?
Looked like initially he had the 1st down, but they're going to mark him short now.
Yeah.
So 4th down coming up for the Rams.
They're either going to run it again or they might try to get on the edges and try to pick up this 1st down.
Sun starting to set here at Stefanski Stadium. Rams working away from that setting sun. Cobras are coming on 4th down. They run the football. And stood up and driven back shy of the 15-yard line. That should be Rams' ball.
Yep.
Or Cobra's ball, excuse me.
Yep, and it did indicate that he's short.
So the clock will stop at 2:43 on the change of possession. As the Cobra offense will take the field trying to get something on the board in this final 2:43. don't know if you had a chance to listen, but had an interesting guest this week. They are having the Fantasy Football Expo at the Hall of Fame August 11th through the 13th.
Yeah, I see that.
I had the director of that, the creator of that, on By All Means on Tuesday. They have people from all over the world that come for this. The top experts in fantasy football are going to be there. I will be there to get any insight I can. Beating Dave isn't the issue. It's the rest of the league I worry about.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm telling you. With our league, too, that's the same thing. I love it. You're making me think I might need to get up there and get some pointers.
I may know a guy, and we're already heading up there. It is the 11th through the 13th, with the expo open to fans all day long at the Dome at the Hall of Fame on August 13th. High snap. They pull the ball down. And breaking ahead for a nice gain on the run is a T.J. Johnson, the quarterback. So they have the first down, and they're going to come right back to the line of scrimmage.
Wow.
High snap over the head of the quarterback. He's just going to have to fall on it inside the 10-yard line, as that is Eric Wallace Sr. now in there at the quarterback spot. And a flag come flying in from as the side judge was looking at the Ram bench. Now he's going to pick it up.
Yeah.
I don't understand that. Unless that's a sideline warning, which at this point, we've got under 2 minutes to go. What the point of throwing a flag is and immediately picking it up.
I mean, immediately. Yeah, it might have been a lot of chirping on the sidelines right now. And that's what makes everything real chippy. Minute and a half, though, left, though, Mark.
90 seconds to go in this fourth quarter. On second down, just procedure penalty on the Cobras, going to back them up 5 yards. Had a lot of new numbers in there for this final couple seconds. Back to throw it. Going to take a shot downfield. Has a man wide open across the 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 40, 35, and down near the 34-yard line is wide open was Eddie Edwards Jr. And the Rams are saying, bring it back. Where's the flag? Flag blended in almost with the soccer markers on the field. And unfortunately, it looks like this play is going to come back.
Yep.
So the big play from the Cobra offense to Eddie Edwards, wiped out by penalty. And we are down to just 41 seconds to go in this fourth quarter. Again, next Saturday, right here on Western Reserve Radio, July 29th, Cobras wrap up the Tri-Point Football League regular season against the Canton Hurricanes, 7 o'clock at Walsh University Stout Field. On the air with you between 6:45 and 7 o'clock here on Western Reserve Radio. So second down as we go under 40 seconds to play in this fourth quarter. Wallace takes the snap. He'll throw it. Receiver makes the catch and is able to get himself just past the 10 to the 11-yard line before being pulled down, and it's going to bring up third down and long for this Cobras offense, and we're under 17 seconds to play in this fourth quarter. Cobras going to have a chance to maybe snap it one more time. Down to 3, 2, 1. And this game is final. It is a 18-0 win for the Rams as all the scoring came in the first half. Dixon to Hunley from 24 yards out. A 55-yard punt return by the Rams, and Dixon to Holt from 4 yards out. All 2-point conversion attempts failed, and the final score here this afternoon is the Rams 18 and the Cobras 0. Not a lot of time for this team to regroup, knowing they got to win next Saturday.
Yep, it's big time. It's one game, and you're in, so they're going to have to do it next week.
For Cobras owner Jesse Caldwell and head coach Adam Rogerson, you've been listening to Cobras football right here on Western Reserve Radio. For executive producer Dave Ferris, my partner Dave Clark, my name is Mark Means. Cobras fall this afternoon to the Rams 18-0 right here on Western Reserve Radio.